Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Shooting Gallery here in Richmond, Virginia, where tonight we have Game 1 of our SWTV triple header between Run DMV and the Beast of the East. I'm B-Ron. Alongside me is J-Rock for this Founders Region contest. J-Rock, it's good to have you back here in the booth, my friend.
Yeah, yes indeed. Appreciate that, B-Ron. It is great to be back in here as well. We got a good one on tap here. The Beast of the East and Run DMV should be an excellent matchup.
Yeah, this should be an excellent matchup. You see Run DMV in their home white jerseys. Beast of the East in their road black and black and red with the black and red trim jerseys. And there's a deep three-pointer from Cam Jones, the SMU Mustang commit, knocking down a three to begin the night for Run DMV.
Cam Jones, he's going to have to do a lot of that tonight.
He sure is, and they're going to do a lot of that.
The rim.
A lot of that too. Strong defense from Run DMV. That's John Hudgens on the block there. Now Run DMV back on offense with it here. Run DMV as Pinker fires the three, and it's good.
Bang, bang.
Bang, bang, indeed. Two quick threes from Run DMV. Getting this thing started exactly how they want to. And there's Levin Cutler attacking.
Oh,
and he gets rejected as well by John Hudgens. Two blocks for Hudgens. 2 threes for Run DMV. We see a third in a row here on the possession. We're going to find out here. Kick out Pinker in the corner. Another through up. That one does not fall, but a really good look from Pinker in the corner.
John Hudgens on those last two possessions for Run DMV, definitely asserting himself in the paint.
Yeah, he really is asserting himself, making life difficult, and another strong defensive possession. That time, BJ George Jr. getting the strong defense there, and on the rebound, second chance up. No good, though. Back down the court.
Gotta have those gimmies, B-Ron. You gotta have those gimmies.
Yeah, you gotta find a way to get those, especially when you're struggling to begin the game. So an offense is good. Speaking of offense, there's Losi Thomas rising up and throwing it down. BC finally on the board. Almost 3 minutes into the first quarter of play here.
O.C. Thomas been a nice contributor for Beast of the East this season amongst their key steal by KPJ.
And Losi Thomas back the other way, finishing with the layup. So here they go on the comeback trail. 6-4, Run DMV in the lead, but Beast of the East trying to get themselves back on track here after a poor start. Quickly overcoming it though, and that pass is off the mark. It's going to go out of bounds. Beast of the East will take over. We're going to take a quick break before the inbound play though. Come right back, folks. Welcome back, everyone. 6-4, Run DMV lead here. As we have 5:10 left here in the first quarter of play. We haven't really had a chance to talk about it with the start here, J-Rock, but what are some of the keys to the game? Let's start with Run DMV first.
I think Run DMV is pretty simple, you know. East of the East they're just very well balanced all around. And they have to find a way to score against that tenacious defense. So finding consistency on the offensive end.
Oh, BJ!
Kadarius
Rumpf. I saw, I was losing on the foul call there, but instead, that was called. Kadarius Rumpf going to go to the free throw line for the and one opportunity here, make it 9-4. But J-Rock, I think you're right about that, but I think that Run DMV needs to do a lot more with what they did to score the first 2 points. So of course, their first 6 points again hit threes. The Beast of the East is not a good three-point shooting team, and that can pose a problem for in a game like this, where you're going up against a team that can shoot threes very, very well and make them consistently. Like you said, consistency is the key, but I think the three-point shooting is going to be the difference for Run DMV, and what about for Beast of the East, as Lucy Thomas puts on the board.
Well, for Beast of the East, you gotta limit Run DMV's shots from the perimeter. Make them attack the paint. If you let them go from the outside, like you said, the way Beast of the East struggles from deep, if they get down, even by, say, 10, 12 points, it's still going to be difficult for them to come back. So they have got to limit the long-range scoring from DMV.
Yes, exactly. They're going to have to try and find a way to limit that long-range scoring that Run DMV does so well. Shot clock winding down here. Thomas with the ball. Going to put up a mid-range jumper off the rim and out. Rebound grabbed by BJ George Jr. Going to run back to George. George working on the perimeter here. Over to Pinker. Now top of the key. Over to Jones on the left side. It's good.
Jones, 3 points.
What rhymes with cash, J-Rock? Splash.
Yeah.
12-6. Run DMV out in front. And there is an errant pass. Easily nabbed out of the air by John Hodges over into the corner for Pickard. No good. But Run DMV looking like they are motivated and ready to hit those 3-pointers tonight, as KPJ is up and gets himself on the board here. 2:45 left in the first quarter of play, and Run DMV going to take a timeout here after that Beast of the East basket. We are going to take a quick break. Come right back, folks.
Still waiting for a big smile out of you. You're up 2-0. What's the story? Are you not happy, or you're only half happy, or?
Still to be happy about.
You're up 2-0.
Job's not finished. Job finished? I don't think so.
Showing me love, cause they know I came here to get the drinks pulled up. And all you hear from the women is, girl, hold up. Yeah, that's right, mama. Ain't no need for you to fight it, mama. You can't deny, mama. Go on and get excited, mama. You been invited, indicted to a meeting in my bedroom. Move so we can get some leg room for yells. I know your style, I know you very well. The way you shake it, mama, I can tell. Cause in the club, girl, it never fails. They be wanna yell, so I say hell, yeah. We can head to my hotel. Is it my
Welcome back, everyone, to the shooting gallery here in Richmond, Virginia. This is one of the more unique venues we have here in SimWorld Prep. J-Rock, this is a former art gallery renovated into a basketball court here. And I really like this arena, man. This is a really, really nice, comfortable place to watch basketball.
Yeah, for sure. This has always been one of my favorite venues as well. As DMV going to pull up for another three.
Unable to get it to fall, and quickly up the other way. Beast of the East making it look easy there as they cut the lead that was at one point at 6 down to 2. 12-10. Now Nick Beal gonna fire, and he hits the long 2. The Penn State Nittany Lion commit getting the lead back up to 4 for Run DMV. Under 2 minutes left in the first quarter of play here. Losi Thomas, fancy dribble moves, creating space for himself, and getting the mid-range to fall. His ball handling, J-Rock, is really impressive.
Yeah, his ability to, what he does with that rock, borderline wizardry. I'm just going to call it like I see it, borderline wizardry.
Yeah, absolutely. Strong take from Beal, unable to get a second chance, though. Nicely done from Nick Beal, 16-12.
You know, B-Ron, with the,
go ahead.
With the run to 1 coming up, one thing that I think Run DMV is going to bode very much in their favor is their experience in the backcourt. Granted, you know, they had their struggles, you know, ups and downs this season, but I think that experience in the backcourt is going to really pay off for them. Play
I think there is definitely something to that, J-Rock. Even though all these kids are around the same age, obviously, you know, 15, 17-year-old kids here, Simple Prep, first time tuning in. But I think there is something to be said about having that experience of being in the run to 1 prior to, and, you know, playing in that environment. You already know what that's like. You can get your new teammates who may not know what that environment is ready for that, and I think that does give them an advantage. How much of it we'll see when it comes down to run the 1 time, and there's a deep 3-pointer. Kyrie Brown. Final 10 ticks of the clock here in the first quarter. It's a 1-point Run DMV lead. Maybe they can extend it here. Not going to do it there, and that's going to end the first quarter of play. Run DMV started out good, but it's up to 6-0 lead. What? BTA clawed back, and they're now only down 1, 16-15 heading into the second quarter.
You're a man of style. Children drive Hummers. You're not a child. You're a big boy. Introducing Big Boy Tricycles by Carl Anthony Towns.
When I was a kid, I never got a tricycle. Now that I'm an adult, I created my own line.
Harness the power of 3s. Style, elegance, and youth. Big Boy Tricycles by Carl Anthony Towns.
I'm an adult on a baller tricycle.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
Welcome back to the shooting gallery, everyone. Second quarter action getting ready to begin. In the first quarter, we saw Run DMV jump out to a quick 6-0 lead. We had 2 3-pointers from Cam Jones and Charles Pinkard. But Beast of the East able to fight their way back into it, and we only got 1 heading into the start of the second quarter here. Lucy Thomas so far, 8 points for Beast of the East, leading the way for them. Run DMV will bounce attack for everybody getting involved, especially Nick Beal towards the end of it here. Coming in with 4 points of his own. There's Lucy Thomas once again, now to 10 points on the night. And giving Beast of the East lead in the process.
I think Lucy Thomas is definitely going to be that offensive difference maker for Beast of the East tonight, but Beal takes it right back.
Nicely done there from Nick Beal, 18-17. Run DMV back out in front, and Lucy just ISO-ing Keith Singleton and getting a foul drawn on him in the process as well.
That's his first personal
And you saw head coach Jaden Banks from Run DMV, his first season with the team. Spent last season with H-Town. This is his second season here in Seymour Prep as a coach here. Career record of 20-21 coming into the game. Meanwhile, going up against head coach Asad Drayton, his second season as well. He came on late last season. Well, towards the middle of last season, we'll say. Took over for Vince Johnson and ended up winning the Run to 1 championship. And he's got us a 36-16 career record. Lucy Thomas ties the game with his first free throw attempt. Second one is up, and it's also good as well.
Lucy Thomas remains
still first on the year. Yep, you were gonna say it, weren't you?
Yeah, I was on big B-Run, but you got me, man. You got me.
Thinking the same thing I was, though, right? Say it's perfect on the year.
Great minds think alike.
Exactly.
Great minds think alike.
100%. And there's Nick Beal throwing off a little bit of his floater skills there. Heading high off the glass and getting the ball in the bucket as well. Back in front is Run DMV.
Definitely going to see a lot of that with Nick Beal when he gets to Penn State, but Beast of the East takes it right back.
Yeah, DeMarco Graham getting himself involved in this one. The former yacht club player coming up to join Coach Drayton and this Beast of the East squad. And you see Keith Singleton going to work. Great hop step to get inside and by his defender. Put 2 more points on the board, and back and forth we go here. The pendulum is swinging here, J-Rock.
Keith Singleton putting the defender right in the blender on that one, and now back and forth here at the shooting gallery.
Yeah, DeMarco Graham getting that one to fall once again. This time using the contact and going away from the contact. But despite that, didn't matter for him. Got to fall anyway. This time, Singleton gets stopped by Lucy Thomas. Now back the other way with it is Thomas. He's going to pull up for a jumper and gets it to fall. Lucy Thomas is on one here to begin this one. Run DB to take a timeout. 25-22 lead. We'll take a quick break, folks. Come right back. Welcome back, everyone, to the shooting gallery here in Richmond, Virginia. And while you're here, wanted to remind you, follow us on social media at SWTV everywhere. That is X, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all those places. We're everywhere. Show your support that way. Spread the word about SimWorld as well. And again, if you tag us anything, use that at SimWorld4K. If you know about us and help us grow. Because SimWorld is the only place you can see the game, be the game. You can only follow us on SimWorld by following that tag at SimWorld4K.
Yeah, we not on MySpace or eSpace or T-Space, whatever. Elava, I love you, brother, but that's just a little bit too much.
Well, Run DMV has been they were earlier anyway, a little bit too much for BTA, but they seem to have gotten their feet under them now in this one as they lead, but not for long, as Cam Jones ties the game right back up with a three-pointer there.
And the Iceman Jones tying it up from deep.
That did not last long at all. A small lead there for BTA. Evaporated right in front of their faces. Fantastic pass from Kasim Porter Jr. to Levin Cutler to get the BTA right back in front here in this one. J-Rock, this has been a really fun first half of play here so far. What kind of things have you seen so far that you'd like to dislike from both these squads? With Cam Jones tries another three and does not fall for him that time.
Well, I think one thing I like from both teams is the fact that they're both, putting a lot of fight into this game. Of course, not every shot's going to go in, but the way it's going back and forth and they are not backing down, you just love to see that. I love to see that myself.
You do, and you love to see that as well. Kadarius Rumpf. It's like, no, he's done that this game, fighting through contact, drawing a foul, and now getting a chance to get a third point here on the possession with the and one opportunity here for Kadarius Rumpf. It's all 10-27, but maybe won't be after the free throw from Rumpf. On the season, Kadarius Rumpf shooting 64.3%. He's from Winchester, Virginia. So it's a homecoming for him as he does make a free throw to give Run DMV the lead right back. And there is a strong finish from Levin Cutler. He is so tough to stop, especially on the interior. He's going to be a problem at the next level when he goes to play for Alabama in similar years.
You got that right, B-Ron. He is going to be even way more than just a simple problem in the SEC. I mean, the tenacity, the defense, the rebounding. I think this season at times we've seen the offense step up a little bit from his game. The sky is the limit for Levin Cutler.
Yeah, most definitely is. And here's KPJ at the line for the Beasts of the East. Kasim Porter Jr., this here at 6'3". He is a good free throw shooter as well, hitting on 93% of his free throws from Newark, New Jersey. So this is a rivalry game in all intents and purposes. J-Rock, both these teams they always compete for the same kind of recruits that are all within the DMV area. So, this is the chance for both these teams to impress a lot of the incoming new players in SimWorld Prep and get your eyes on both these teams for next season. There's a lot of new talent in this region, as that is a three-pointer there from John Hudgens that ties the game back up at 31 apiece.
John Hudgens has quietly had himself a nice night for DMV thus far.
Yeah, he really has. He really has, and I'm very pleased with his play so far in this one. As shot clock is winding down here, they gotta get a touch. Look what they do, and it's JoJo Kearney firing a three. It almost went in, but instead, Levin Cutler get hit with a loose ball foul.
That's his first personal, first team foul.
Man, that one almost went in from Levin Cutler.
Malachi King replaced by Leonidas.
He had to take it, so I don't blame him for doing it with the tuck on it down. But man,
I mean, yeah, you got to do what you got to do, B-Ron.
I'm more surprised that it almost went in because that, again, not his game. 0% hasn't made it 3-point all season. If he'd have made that one, that'd have been something right there. But a quick 3 does not fall from Beast of the East. Has all been sputtering here for both sides the last few possessions here, feels like. Going right back up with it, unable to finish. As Levin Cutler makes the stop. Good hands up defense there as well on John Hutchinson.
Levin Cutler, so versatile on the defensive end. I mean, the versatility just in his game all around, just very rare.
Yeah, it's rare for a kid his size and at this level to play as well as he does. I feel like a lot of big kids his age really struggle to find their way in their body. But Levin Cutler seems to have it all together, and that's a beautiful thing to see at this age for him. And he's going to be, like I mentioned earlier, a big problem at the next level in the SEC. There's a turnaround hook shot from Cutler that falls, giving them back the lead again. 1:30 left in the first half of play.
And call me crazy on this one, B-Ron, but I think Levin Cutler, has the potential to be one of a very select few with the ability to guard almost every position on the floor. And I know I'm not making this comparison, but
Cam Jones.
Cam Jones going a 3, and Cam Jones he's absolutely on fire here in this one. Begin this game there because the press. We'll take a quick break though, folks. Coming right back. Welcome back, everyone. Under a minute left, 59 and a half seconds left to be exact in this first half of play. It's been a great first half of basketball here. J-Rock contributed to great offense from both sides. And there is a 3-ball from Tyree Brown. Rattles around and in. It's a 2-point Beast of the East lead here. And Pinker's gonna fire one of his own. Can't get it to go. Way to try to answer, but I think he has a little bit too deep of the shot. But Losi Thomas getting the ball in going right into the lane for easy 2 points. They give him 16 now in the half.
Yeah, Losi Thomas has been that impact type of player for Beast of the East here in the first half. And in the second half, I think you definitely look to continue to get him the ball.
Yeah, it's getting close to his season high. 23 points. There's the final 10 seconds here of the first half tick away. Losi Thomas, ball in his hands. They do get a switch onto him, and now he does take the deep shot. It's up and no good. That's going to end the first half of play here. 38-34. Beast of the East are out in front. It's, like I said earlier, Jarek, it's been a really fun and frantic first half action here at the shooting gallery. Living up to the name here of the arena for sure.
Yeah, that it has, B-Ron, and I just love how it's been back and forth all game long. You know, no team has really stretched out lead more than 5 or 6 points at any given time. So this is definitely one that could go down to the wire.
I definitely feel like it's trending that way for sure. Both these teams getting buckets in bunches, everyone stepping up in various capacities. This is going to be a fun game the rest of the way, and I'm very excited to get to the second half, and we'll see what second half has in store. Coaches making their adjustments and all that good stuff. We will get to the second half action here very shortly, folks. Don't go anywhere. It's going to be a good one. Come on back to the shooting gallery.
Playing jazz.
Playing jazz.
Smoothie.
Making smoothie.
Calendar.
No meetings today. Remember, tandläkare at 9:30.
Fire off.
Fire off.
Open door.
Door open.
Så ska vi sätta en till.
Ja. Open door.
Wrong voice command.
Open door.
Wrong voice command.
Open door.
Repeat that.
Open door.
I didn't understand that.
Hey, open door.
Play on the floor.
Get on the floor. Open the door.
Wrong voice command. Error.
Hey there, with a rock. Open door. Open door.
Higher volume. Higher.
Welcome back, everyone, to the shooting gallery here in Richmond, Virginia. Second half action getting ready to begin here. And in that first half, we saw a flurry of offenses from both sides. And again, as I said before we went to halftime proper, this performance tonight from both these teams definitely has the arena living up to its name. There's a lot of shooting going on here in the shooting gallery, scoring as well. And scoring continues for Losi Thomas. Young man now has what's that, 18 points for him in this one. Getting very close to his season high.
And if you're Beast of the East, I think that's what you have to do in the second half, is just give him the ball and get out of the way, to be quite honest.
Let Losi cook, right? First,
exactly.
There he gets run. Shot clock winding down. Pressure does not phase him as he gets the jumper to fall. 40-36. Beast of the East out in front here still. 11 Color going to work in the pose. That shot rattles around the rim and in.
11
Hand one post.
Absolutely getting it done on the post.
Well, I'll tell you what though, J-Rock. Run DMV had a lot to be proud of in that first quarter, and there's Charles Pinker getting himself with a three-pointer. But BJ George really impressing, showing off his dimer skills, 6 assists in that first half for the big fella.
BJ George definitely making his impact be known and felt in the first half. Hasn't really cracked the scoring column, but he has definitely made an impact regardless.
Yeah, you don't have to score to have an impact on the game. BJ George is showing you why, and he's bounced around the league here in Timber Prep. I believe he actually first committed to Run DMV, and then they ended up cutting him. He went over to Heartland Zombies, I remember he served right, and now he's back with Run DMV. And he's had a eventful past 2 seasons here in Timber Prep, but it feels good to see him here finally looking comfortable, especially in this one tonight, as Cam Jones fires through. That was no good for him.
Rare open miss by Cam Jones on that one.
Yeah, don't see him or Pinker miss too many of those when they get the opportunity to do so. And especially, Jones tonight, he's done really good hitting those shots from people. And all of his points tonight, matter of fact, have come from beyond the arc. It's 4 for 6, or he was 4 for 6 from there at one point.
And that is what Cam Jones does. He knocks down shots from deep just like that.
Just like that one. He knew it was good as soon as he let it go. 5-3 for Cam Jones now in the contest. He is lighting it up.
Likewise for Run DMV, just like Beast of the East. I think that's what you do in the second half if you're DMV. Get the ball to Cam Jones and get him open.
You continue firing from 3 with your three-point shooters, and get that out of here. That's Levin Cutler. It goes out of bounds. It's going to stay Run DMV ball, as JoJo Kearney could not run it down in time in bounds. Now some subs coming on for both teams.
Charles Pinker replaced by
Trey Truss is going to check in for Charles Pinker of Run DMV. And we're going to see Malachi King come in for Isaiah James. Truss the ball in the corner. Back out here to the top of the key. Runk has it now. Shot clock down to 3. Got to get a shot up here quickly, and they don't hit it off in time as the contested shot there ended up not going in Run DMV's favor.
Substitutions
More
called
subs
to the floor.
as make some changes here, almost midway through the third quarter. Player Malik Duffin and Keith Singleton entering the game once again.
And if you're Run DMV, you need to get a stop on defense here. Little things like that can be a huge turning point in a game.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
put him on the
Tyree
floor.
Moy. Tyree Moy, spin move, went into his defender. Defender fell, and as a result, Tyree Moy gets on the board. It's a strong block from JoJo Kearney. No man himself. Get that out of here, and Tyree Moy can't finish, but Levin Cutler, or Kearney on the glass. Thomas to the line, no good.
DMV needs to knock it back to a 1-possession lead, and they turn it over.
Yeah, that's not going to help there. Looks down with pick in the pocket, but Malik Duffin sending it back right into the hands of Keith Singleton. But hang on, I think it's knocked away. Right back to Beast of the East. And there's 2 more points. That's the direction. Thanks to Malachi King.
Looked like we were watching a pinball game there for a few seconds. B-Ron just back and forth.
Yeah, absolutely. Free ball.
Cam Jones.
Man, that kid is cooking tonight. This has been a really impressive three-point shooting clinic from Cam Jones in this game tonight. And there's a poor pass as Keith Singleton picks it out of the air. And they stopped the ball eventually. I was concerned they weren't going to put the ball in. Singleton was going to walk right in with it. But Duffin going to try his luck. Overturn, going to be able to get it to go. Boy, back with it the other way here. Boy, another spin move. This one does not result in points. Kiss off the glass, but could not get the friendly bounce off the rim. They're not home. Not getting friendly bounce here tonight.
That is true, B-Ron. Very true. And Tyree Moy, you know, the guy whose name we have.
Cam Jones, 3.
Cam Jones has hit his 7th 3. That ties the record for most three-pointers in a game.
Oh, he had him spinning.
And Losi Thomas continuing to go to work. Crossover moves, getting by his defender, making it look easy there. Did Losi Thomas. 50-48. This has been the frantic action continues. And there's a shot from Trust. It's a deep 2. All knotted up at 50.
Like to see a little more from Kasim Porter Jr. here. You know, haven't called his name really a lot tonight, and that's good defense on that rim attack there.
Hasn't called him a whole lot, but he has been involved in some of the plays here tonight. Thomas gets it over to Malachi King. King, shot clock winding down, fires it up over Jones. That hit. Oh. Man, these kids are really clutch tonight.
That is clutch.
Absolutely is. Puts Beast of the East back up 2. Now Singleton gonna attack inside. Layup good. No need for the backboard on that one. Just a little finger roll action. Not anything back up at 52 apiece. Now King and being guarded by Trey Trust. Final 30 seconds of the third quarter here. Now Thomas using the screen from Kearney. Being guarded by Jones. Gets by him, but can't get the layup. Thanks to strong defense there from Kadarius Lump being placed at the right time there. Shot clock is turned off. Cam Jones has ball poked away from him. KPJ grabs it, and it's gonna go to the Beast of the East there.
Substitutions called on
fight over the ball there.
Cam Jones replaced.
Seen a lot of turnovers on both sides this half, B-Ron, and that's something that's going to have to be definitely cut down on in the last quarter. And right as I say that, Run.
Why did you say it? Another turnover? Another turnover? More fast break points for Run DMV, and that is going to end the third quarter right there. And that's a big momentum boost. Run DMV heading into the fourth quarter. They now lead by 2, 54-52. This fourth quarter is going to be good. Come on back, folks, because pretty soon it's going to be time. So you know what? Put those scores up.
SimWorld presents Around the Table with E and the Fat Man.
What's up, everyone? This is Big Bob.
And this is Elava.
And we are the co-hosts of Around the Table with Ian the Fat Man.
Around the Table is the SimWorld Sports podcast where Big Bob and I give our takes on various sports from around the world.
Make sure to tune in every Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time to hear our takes.
And don't forget to join in the conversation with us on Discord at discord.gg/SimWorldHoops.
And make sure to follow us on Twitter and YouTube at SimWorld4K. And as always, see the game, be the game.
Later, folks.
put those scores up, folks. It is fourth quarter time, 54-52. Run DMV out in front. They're looking for their 14th win on the season and to tie the season series with the Beats of the East. If the win here tonight, they got 8 minutes to do it. And Nick Beal, yes, is going to get things started for Run DMV in the quarter.
Nick Beal has definitely had his moments on the offensive end tonight for Run DMV.
Really has. There's a three-pointer, and that one falls. It's Kylie Brown.
Okay.
There is just something about a beautiful left-handed jump shot, B-Ron, and that was definitely the case there. And now Tyree Moy getting down and dirty.
Athletic myself, I agree with that statement 100%. There's no bias in me at all when I say this, I promise you. That's my lying voice. 56-55, you're absolutely right though, J-Rocket. Strong defense there from Tyree Moy, but Run DMV's defense able to thwart that offensive possession as Kadarius runs with it, attacking Tyree Moy. Moy wins the battle that time defensively. He's going to bring it up himself too. Kicks it over. Brown. Brown has it now. His hands, rather. As he's being guarded by John Hudgens, and Hudgens sends it back. Beal grabs the rebound off of the block. And now come back with it. Nick Beal off the glass. Can't get the shot to fall there either.
Now Tyree, or Beast of the East, excuse me, a chance to take the lead back here. And, oh, they got the mismatch.
Yeah, there's the mismatch you want. There you go.
Lord Jesus.
Back down
Somebody
the smaller
call
defender and Pinkard and just do just like that. As me and Mike would say, don't be nice at the rim, young fella. Throw it down with authority. That's what you gotta do there.
Somebody call 911. I think we just witnessed a homicide.
Kind of milk carton or something. I don't know where he went with that one. Keith Singleton. King Singleton can't get the jumper to fall right on the rim and out. Now into the corner. Nick Beal playing some defense, and there's a mismatch again here. Graham gonna back Pinker down, and second time in a row. And Run DMV, they need a timeout. 59-56. We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna stay with it here for a minute. And I want to remind you all that the Run to One is coming up. June 6th is the first round of this SimWorld Prep finale for the season, the tournament. As a counter us to a Run to One champion. Defending champion Beasts of the East will look to get their second Run to One title in a row. We'll see if they can do it. There's some tough competition in the tournament. All teams make it this season. We'll see how it shakes out June 6th when it all starts. It's going to be a good one. So tune in for that one.
Talking Run to One, B-Ron.
Yeah.
You got any favorites?
Substitutions called on
favorites? Southeast Select to get the Final Four. I've been saying it all season, and I'm gonna keep saying it until it happens. So that's one of my favorites. To get to the Final Four of the Run to One. What about you?
I also got to go with Southeast Select. I think this is the year Coach Bradley finally gets that championship.
Nick Beal.
As Nick Beal puts him on the floor with that spin move.
Yeah, we've seen a few of those tonight. Spin move putting people on the floor. Tyree Moore did it earlier. Nick Beal doing it there. Making it a 1-point Beats of the East lead. Kazeem Porter Jr. quick pass inside out of the layup to Levin Cutler. Off the glass and in.
That is one of KPJ's best traits, his court vision. And the wherewithal to dump it off right there for the spin move bucket.
Yeah, and you know, it takes some serious skill to go be up in the air for a shot. Pass out of it to a teammate. And I personally, I used to love doing that. It was so fun for me going in for a layup and seeing the teammate open, dropping it right in the bucket zone and letting them score. I love that. So it's good to see KPJ doing it here and in a timely spot in the process as well. helping his teammates out, getting the better look there is what it's all about.
That is true, B-Ron. That is true. And now Pinkard gonna dump it off.
Yeah, taking it back out here. Pinkard, ball in his hands again. 3 ball, no good. Rebounded. Beast of the East back up with it. Yasim Porter Jr. is gonna step out of bounds, and you gotta be aware your feet on the floor. Moving a little too fast, gotta slow things down a little bit, and unfortunately KPJ wasn't able to do it fast enough. So Run DMV gonna take back over. A 3-pointer here will tie this game right back up, and they've got the shooters to do it. DK goes back on the floor as there's be a charge now on DJ George. And who took that? Yasim Porter Jr. taking the charge, the smaller defender and everybody possible, getting the charge on the big guys. Love to see it.
Yeah, you gotta love to see that, B-Ron, and especially after, you know, just turning it over on the offensive end, he says, you know what, I'm gonna take it back on the defensive end, and that's Losi Thomas.
Yeah, absolutely. Gotta love that, and look, the charge set him up for that 3-point for Losi Thomas, so nicely done. Turning the turnover into points, but Pinkard looking to fire back. Yes, sir, ball.
3.
Back to a 1-possession game, and Losi Thomas with that last 3 has now set a new career high in scoring.
Having a career night. Losi Thomas will see for results in a win as well with Levin Cutler doing his part, making sure that they escape out of here with the W in front of the home crowd here in Richmond, Virginia. Pinkard on his hands back up to the top of the key here. Jones with it. No record attempt shot there. Not quite yet. I'm waiting for it. Pinkard though gonna fire. Can't get it. Thomas grabs the rebound. 2:05 left in the game. Throwing it down with 2 hands of power.
The future Georgetown Hoya getting up with that one there, and oh, he put him in the.
Put him in the mix, as Rick Blaze would say, and there's some blocks, multiple blocks there. BC's able to corral and get it back under control. KPJ can't get the tough layup there. Contested shot. Pinkard though is over to Jones in the corner, not going to take the 3 instead, trying to drive inside, no good there. Would like to see him maybe try to take that 3-point shot there. He had enough space, I think, in my opinion, to get a comfortable shot off, and there's a comfortable mismatch you want right there perhaps, and Cutler can't get it to fall there. Back up with it is Run DMV. No on the first one, second one, no! Evan Cutler hit with the foul though.
That's his first
personal foul of the game. Oh, Kadarius Rump back at the free throw line, this time for a regular 2 shots. Minute 7 left here in the game, J-Rock. How hard are you leaning into Run DMV on your 3-point shooting?
I think I'm going all in on it, B-Ron, you know?
All in.
Cam Jones, I'm going all in on getting Cam Jones the ball and working him open for an open shot. I think you got to go to the guy who has been your hot hand, and tonight that has been Cam Jones.
I like that, and I mean, look, I agree, but don't forget about Charles Pinkard as well. He's hit some timely 3s as well. Maybe you use Jones as a decoy perhaps, and you hit Pinkard for an open look as well. We'll see what they decide to do though. Final minute here of this one, 68-62. Evan Cutler on the interior, can't get it to go. Strong defense there from John Hudgens, and Run DMV looking to make this one a little bit closer. A 6-point game. Jones guarded by KPJ. Jumper, no good. Cutler on the rebound. Grabs it and gives it up to Losi Thomas. 30 seconds left in the contest. Thomas here being guarded by, I believe that is DJ George. As you see, Levin Cutler only inside. You see Charles Pinkard there as well. But did not go that way. Winding the clock down. Very good offensive possession here. Beast of the East run the clock down and Run DMV. Grabbed the rebound, but has to use one of their timeout. 9.5 seconds left in this one. You need 3-pointers here, and you need to get them quickly. They did the smart thing, calling a timeout, getting them back up to the half-court line here, so they'll have that on their side, not having to go full court. But look, if you're new here in SimWorld Prep and SimWorld Hoops, you want to know how you can join and the ways you can join. You join as a player. You got the game, come be a player. You got the coach, you got the brains. If you have the coach, you got the brains. Come be a coach. And coach on these prep teams. Doing like Massage, great, Jaden Banks. With one of these teams, be a fan of these kids, of these coaches, as they're all making their journey from prep to pro. Or you get involved on the other side, like me and J-Rock. All games, write articles, put in the tech team, all that good stuff. And only you can do that though is by joining the Discord at discord.gg/SimWorld Hoops. The only place you can see the game, be the game. Real quick, J-Rock, 9.5 seconds left, real quick. Player of the game, who is it?
O.C. Thomas. Plain and simple.
All right. They can hold on to this one, I agree. No disagreements from me. But if they don't, if somehow Run DMV manages to come back and get this game tied or even win it in the fourth quarter, last few minutes here, seconds here, Cam Jones gets for me.
Yeah, I think both ways, B-Ron, we are definitely very much in agreement on that. And
yeah.
Pinkard's
look, here we go. Pinkard in the corner for 3. It's good. It's 2. Just a 2. A long 2. So Run DMV has to play the foul game here, and they do. As Cam Jones fouls O.C. Thomas. They'll need one more to get 2 free throws here, though. You try and steal the inbound pass here. If you don't, again, you foul immediately. You can't afford to waste time if you're Run DMV, letting Beast of the East really run the clock out. I don't see it happening, but they know it's at stake. Inbound to KPJ. KPJ does get fouled by Keith Singleton. 5 seconds left in the contest, and these free throws will probably be the ones, if any, that will put the final nail in the proverbial coffin of this ball game. O.C. Thomas, or KPJ, at the free throw line for the Beasts of the East, looking to get 70 points on the game for the team. First one up and in. First one up and in. KPJ, second one, rattles home as well. And there's Run DMV's second or final timeout of the game. And look, don't go anywhere because we have 2 more games coming up after this one. Second one here right after this one. Southeast Select versus the IND Stripes in a Southern Region battle. We know how strong the Southern Region's been all season, them to be competitive within each other. Beat each other up all season. We'll see how Southeast Select responds to a lot of the things they've had to deal with over the course of the season over the last 2 games as well. IND Stripes, good to see them back on SimWorld TV. Been a while, J-Rock.
Yes, that it has. And Southeast, I think they're my pick in this one tonight. You know, I think Indy. I just really like Southeast Select. Well, that's my gut instinct tonight.
Sometimes that's simple, man. It's that simple. I didn't overthink it, right? Sometimes that's simple. Southeast Select, you like it better than Indy? That's what it is, man. Valid reason. Valid reason. 5.1 seconds left here in this one. 70-64. Run DMV. Made the phone look a little bit closer, perhaps, as we're almost ready for the game to resume as the lights finally come back on here. And here we go. Pinkard in the corner. You gotta get a shot up quick. It's not gonna matter as the game is over. Cam Jones is, wait a minute, that shot fell, but not gonna matter. They're gonna count it. Final score though here, 70-67. Beat the East Toronto on top and get their 22nd win of the season, going to 22-8. Run DMV falls to 13-17 on the season. For J-Rock, I'm B-Ron. Game 2 between Southeast Select and IND Stripes coming up, folks. Don't go anywhere. See ya in Game 2.
SimWorld, 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 Simworld.
It's a place where average Joe can work on his craft and grow. Say you the new magic, yo. Well, why you ain't passing, though? Better get you a basket, bro. Cause this ain't no Madden, no. This is real ball life from prep to pro. Kamal Park, this ain't no fashion show. It's the opportunity for you to be the one to shoot the three. In the clip, game on the line. They like, who is he? Must be the 2-3 or 2-4. The one twice. Coach saying do more. Scouts like that boy nice. Drive up the price. Push up the stock. Build up your name. Stir up the pot. Piss off the eye. As a player or a coach, here it is, dog. Simworld. This is your shot.
Yo, yells.
Simworld.
You know your boy gotta get some of this, right?
Simworld.
Rick Blaze.
Simworld.
Ladies love. Let's go.
I be on some ballers, trying to get my hands on a scholarship. Pretty young thing already knew my name, said she wanna try out on a scholarship. Hold up, let me PG it. Porn go past, but you know I'm gon' do it. Podcast facts, Big Bob on the snacks, and you know I'm in my bag when March can't beat it. Baby, I be trippin' with my foes, tippin', shot out to the ballers. No bull like I'm Pippin'. Rick Blaze hit him with the freestyle. Sim World hoops, man, them boys wild.
Simworld, 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 Simworld.
And then when their lead expanded, they turned into a highlight machine, except for the problem was there was no film in the camera.
hide all the feelings. Want you happy and sad in between them. If there's one thing I truly believe in, ordinary love, ordinary love. I wanna oversleep in your shirt 'cause it's ours. Brush my teeth while you're taking a shower. If there's one thing I know, there is power in ordinary love, ordinary love. Don't you ever say you are not enough, baby, you're enough. So don't you be afraid and take a leap of faith. It doesn't have to be holy, holy.
Welcome into the Pit Row Fieldhouse here in Indianapolis, Indiana, for Game 2 of our SimWorld triple header between Southeast Select and the hometown Indy Stripes. I'm Jason, aka JK, and I'm here with my main man Maestro. How are we feeling tonight, Maestro?
I'm feeling nice. I appreciate the lift you gave me here, man. And I don't care what that Netflix documentary said. That thing between me, Danica Patrick, Meg Thee Stallion, and Snooki, most of that is probably not even remotely close to being true.
Are you talking about like Jersey Shore Snooki? As a 3 goes up quickly for Southeast Select, but that won't go.
Is there any other?
And that is a phenomenal start to this game. Exactly what you want if you're the Indy Stripes. You're at home, fresh off that victory over the Yacht Club. They can shock the world yet again tonight.
And it's so funny, and you know, I'm gonna let people behind the curtain a little bit. We had the production meeting early, even though I came wandering in late. But I tell you something. Indy Stripes will shock the world if they're able to get consistent performance, because the talent is here, the organization is here. It's just they haven't been able to put together the puzzle pieces. And I think there's an expectation for them that wasn't met, and I think that's more shocking than the fact that they're on a win streak right now.
Shot clock violation for Indy Stripes there.
Southeast ball.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in a quick second. Or we are not. Welcome back to Indianapolis here. A couple triples early in this game. Right up there, Southeast Select, and it's going right back to Indy. Indy's setting their tone early in this game. They're making threes. Like my man Maestro said, the talent is there as that ball gets stolen. The number 83 player in the country. Another missed shot. Indy here at home, they have a chance to really put teams on notice with the run-to-one here. These teams could potentially play in the first round of the run-to-one, so there's a lot of implications in this game tonight.
Absolutely, and I'll tell you something. Southeast Select seems to have found their identity with their 3 bigs. Talking about, oh my goodness gracious, that's really early to put a chalk outline on the floor with that up and under move. That's how you do it right there. Great move there, but with their 3 bigs, Chandre Baldridge, Kadarius Stack Jr., and Breck Baker, like I said earlier, I would definitely play this team upside down. I'd make them my backcourt and watch them do their work, because they all 3 move so well without the ball. All 3 of them actually shoot pretty well. And oh, by the way, all 3 show a level of IQ that is super nice, and that is why they're losing 2 in a row is really surprising. Because when those 3 get on the roll, they can take over a game without any problem.
Yeah. On the Indy Stripes side, 2 threes early for River Mirror. River Mirror showing his 3-point prowess. As River Mirror inside there, contact and gets the shot to go. 5 Indy Stripes early in this game at home. It's a man on a mission tonight.
Absolutely. And you know what? They're going to need to actually stay in the pace. I mean, I know we're in Indianapolis, the home of the Indianapolis 500, yada, yada, blase, rebop. I get that. But they're definitely going to need to put those track shoes on tonight, because if they want to hang with Southeast Select, they're going to have to do it by scoring. And goodness gracious knows, they've been so inconsistent this season. They need to find, as I said in another call, one thing to do well to build on. Otherwise, it's just they're going to find themselves getting mired. So if they're going to start scoring, they need to just keep scoring.
Missed shot there by Andrew Gibson, but Dexter Jackson goes to the hole and gets that shot to fall. 9-8 here. Select. This team has scoring, has talent all over the board. They have their big man trio of DeAndre Baldridge, Greg Backer, and Kadarius Stack, like you said. They are an absolutely lethal trio, but do not sleep on their guards like Dexter Jackson and Gabe Pope.
Kadarius Stack Jr. Again, that's just what I'm talking about. You have three bigs, 6'10", 6'11", 7 foot. They handle like their guards. They can play off the ball. They can play away from. Oh my!
Mirror, man! With that dunk.
That's nothing but attitude right there, and I love it. It is.
Substitutions on the floor as River Mirror at the line shooting one more.
Trying to go for three after the absolute baptism that just occurred in the paint right there. River Mirror is making this team his right now. JJ Hoops, where are you? Andrew Gibson, where are you? Ken Fields even, where are you?
Listen, if you're gonna go, go hard. Just go hard and just don't worry about it until after it's over.
Absolutely. But as for Southeast Select, Kadarius Stack, that shot, maybe a little bit of contact with the rest missed there, but still whirls the iron.
He totally had the leverage. He definitely had the athleticism. He could return this by that shot, because that was a great pass. He was passed right to the spot where he needed to be. He'll learn to make that. Oh my goodness, River Mirror. Somebody sit him down and read him a part of the Old Testament, because he's going straight Leviticus tonight. Just blood all on the battlefield.
Second defender on this man. Among the greatest coaches in SimWorld Prep, but this man is killing you. Back to Southeast Select, they are no slouch. They're not going to give up. And there's a quick basket for Leo Lark, who I just mentioned, that Indy Sharp will really need to lead on if they want to win this game, as Kadarius Stack inside. Big man, big dunk right there.
There you go. Again, these kids' IQ. Kadarius Stack Jr. shows you he messed up the last. Oh! Little Alaric saying, I'm here too. Watch me. But, you know, when you have a chance to go to the rim, two hands are always better than one. At least that's what they say. If you can get it done and get it in there, get it done and get it in there.
Gabe Pope. First time we've said his name tonight. On the Southeast Select side, we haven't said Coco Bryce's name. We haven't said Dexter Jackson's name. And another alley-oop. That was miscommunication.
An alley, but no oop there.
An alley, but no oop. Gabe Pope inside, and he will be going to the line. Resin Red gets called for the foul. This is his first on the game. Gabe Pope going to the line. Or Drake Johnson going to the line, excuse me. Drake Johnson, 15 years old. This kid has an insane amount of potential for just a 15-year-old, Maestro.
Absolutely. And you know what? It's funny. You see a team like Southeast Select. What's the first thing that you notice? You notice a team that happens to have not one, not two, but three Mr. Basketballs on their team. You're talking about an identity of players that have come in with a high level of play that's been recognized across the nation, and the fact that they can be here right now doing what they're doing together. They're learning something that's stretching beyond the court, and to see how they're going to build on that is going to be nice. And we have a player, I'm going to just give credit to Gabe Pope now, since I'm talking about him. He is definitely the glue and the stitching that brings the maturity and the IQ to this team that everybody knows you don't have to do everything all the time, but all the time you can do everything, and that's how you bring a game to do what your team needs you to do to win.
Yes. But phenomenal crop of games here on tonight's triple header. This game is going to be a very tough act to follow after that Run DMV and Beast of the East game, which saw it go down to the wire, and also is a potential run-to-one first round matchup. This Beast team is really looking to repeat, but the Southeast Select is going to challenge them. There's a lot more challenges this year than there were last. Ken Field, no thank you.
That was a nice move. I believe he could have taken out a little bit deeper than he wanted. I mean, maybe that's the move he wanted to do. There's an alley and the oop. There we go. We got 5 Gs on that service right there.
Dexter Jackson, number 83 player in the 24/7 sports player ranking, showing that he's got a little bit of bunnies. Ooh, and rejected, and Reza Red is in the perfect spot to play cleanup. Reza Red, the 6'10" man himself, absolute beast on the boards.
Absolutely, and it's good to see his game finally coming to be what we expected and wanted it to be from last season. Just, sometimes you just have to learn your place, and when you're on a team that doesn't run a scheme for your position, I know his position is basketball, you have to find a way to make yourself fit, and he's definitely doing it.
Southeast Select takes a 20-18 lead after one quarter. We are going to be back in a matter of moments. Stay tuned for more basketball.
Je voudrais être seul avec toi.
She asked if you'd like to join the club.
Je voudrais des nuits.
You said, I like nuts. Register today and get a free Berlitz phrasebook. Berlitz, the best way to learn a new language.
Welcome back to the Pit Row Fieldhouse here for the second quarter of action between Southeast Select and the Indy Stripes. The Indy Stripes has really commanded themselves early as Reza Red misses that shot, but the Indy Stripes have really commanded themselves as well by 12 points from River Mirror in the first quarter. As Southeast Select, what are you doing there? No communication. There was the alley and no oop, like my man Maestro said.
There you go. Yeah, no signal.
Just like my cell phone sometimes. River Mirror, 12 points, has been absolutely dominant in this first quarter as he gets subbed out by Andrew George right there. Who's going to need to step up with him not on the floor, Maestro?
Well, I'm just going to say this. If they're going to have to run without him, then we need to find a way for either J.J. Hoops or Andrew Gibson or even Lil Alaric, who was kind of giving some action in there. But just, listen, it could be a combination of those three to make one, as long as somebody's doing something.
Very well said. Indy Stripes has been absolutely stout on the defensive end. They've not been giving up a single inch to Southeast Select right now, as they're looking to even this score at 20. Deep three, then that'll go. Said it, Marcellus Brungo hits a deep three for his first made three of the season for Marcellus Brungo.
Break Backer.
Break backer. He broke a back. He broke a back. He broke a back. He broke something.
Brett Backer's making some buckets right there.
There you go. Let them break and win. There you go.
Marcellus Brungo gave a big through to keep Indy Stripes in the game. Lil Alaric, no. That just missed. Keep it short. Back the other way here. Coco Bryce with the ball. Inside and slam.
Coco Bryce.
Coco Bryce. You gotta say it like that when you got a redhead in the hood. Coco Bryce.
Bunny's there. Bad shot for Lil Lark. I don't know what you're doing there. Bad shot.
I think he might have heard you.
Back.
I think he might have heard you. I think they're pressing a little bit without River Mirror there to kind of settle everything down. You just can't do it. You have to trust your game, trust your teammates, trust where you are.
It's insane to me how deep that this Southeast Select team is, even while missing one of the best scorers in all of SimWorld Prep in Alvin Carvalho.
What does that tell you? That tells you that there is coaching that's happening, that's starting from film study. This is what we need. This is what we need to do.
Yeah, and that's a timeout there for the Indy Stripes, and they desperately need it. If you're here, please like, subscribe, turn on that little bell to get notified of our streams, of our videos, and stay engaged in our world, because we would love to see you back. We'd love to get your engagement. We'd love to get your interest in our world, because we're here to serve you. See the game, be the game.
I'm on, baby.
SimWorld Prep is a site you do not want to miss. And as I say that, we are going back to some SimWorld Prep action, as the Indy Stripes have a 5-point deficit after their timeout. They desperately need to get back into this game. They need JJ Hoops to step up. He has no points. They need Will Lark to step up. He only has 4. They need River back in the game. Andrew Gibson, he gets stolen. Kadarius stacked a finger roll.
There he is. Come on, baby. Shoes. Violence.
Oh, as the Ken Fields gets intercepted, back-to-back turnovers for the Indy Stripes. Not a great start to the second quarter here out of that timeout. Andrew Gibson.
Very bad passes. Oh,
you can say that again.
Look at that defense there. I love when bigs get their hands up and get it in there.
This is a nice old school defensive battle as Ken Fields gets tagged for the foul there.
That's his first.
We're going to see at the line. We got Taylor Genevieve at the line. He's been playing some meaningful minutes for Brett Lee's team. Very underrated player with his 53% from the field.
Well, you have a team here, like, and you called it earlier, so I'm giving you flowers right now. So deep across the table. Everybody can contribute at any given time, but they manage to contribute together. And when you have an on-floor coach like Gabe Pope, and I want to say this, hopefully he hears this tape and hears me say this. If there was any player I've seen in the last 2 seasons that I would say at the days when he wants to contribute to the game a little bit more, I would love to put a whistle and a clipboard in his hand and turn him loose with a team, because he proves all the time that he knows what you need to do and when you need to do it, and his ability to be that centerpiece for his teammates and willing to do those dirty things. I know he got beat on that play. That was just a really good shot, but he made his opponent work for it. That's the kind of guy that I would trust to lead my team any day of the week.
There is stack inside. Some stout defense on the other end there for late money. But as for that JJ Hoop shot, those were his first 2 points of the game. Ken Fields inside, no good. Southeast Select trying to control the tempo like they have been for most of the game. Taylor Genevieve back out to Stack. Not a 3-point threat, but if he would be scary. Oh my God! Wait, money making some money with that block.
Yes, he did. But you know what though? I'm going to give Gabe Pope, I know he's the one who got blocked. I liked what he did. He went up, he let whatever happened happen. And though it appears as though there was hype going on the other side, the way that he maintained it, like, I knew that was a possibility, but we did it anyway. And guess what? They're still in control.
They're in control offensively, but phenomenal play from Leif Money there. He said, "Take that weak stuff out of my paint."
Come on, Coco.
Red. Control some tempo there, Resin Red. JJ Hoops possessing the ball. Inside, Andrew Gibson. No points for him on the night. Gibson back out to Hoops. JJ Hoops on the fadeaway. And that will not hit. And that'll hit the side of the rim.
I love the way Southeast Select moves without the ball, the way they create that traffic. Oh, now I gotta say something. I don't mean to be that guy, but there's a lot of contact there for a no call. I don't mean to be that guy, but we got to find some balance here now, ref.
Not the first time I've seen that tonight. I've seen a bunch of weird no calls in this game tonight.
Exactly.
Referees, you need more money because you're not calling a lot of stuff. Awful shot there too. Half off that possession for Andrew Gibson. Mr. Gibson, I know you're watching this. I would love to know what you just did. Deep three, Gabe. Oh.
That's what he needs to do when he needs to do it every single time. Love that guy. I'm just going to say this right now. Indy's off balance. They held up to a great run. You talked about it earlier. They started off and we said they're going to have to keep scoring like that. There you go. River Mirror making its presence known with authority.
River Mirror with the flush. Southeast Select needs a timeout up 6. They need to adjust with River Mirror back in the game. So we are going to take a quick break. We'll be back. Welcome back to Indianapolis. We're pretty much at the 2-minute warning of this first half. What has stood out to you, Maestro?
What has stood out to me is that Indy has found a way to maintain their defense. They got off to such a great job scoring. They got a little bit behind pace, but they're maintaining their defense and able to keep Southeast Select in check. And if they're going to need to do that to keep maintaining, the kids are going to have to be aware of where they are and what they're doing and keep maintaining their contact on the floor, because that's how they're going to be able to stay in this game.
Keandre Baldridge, first time we said his name tonight, that man is an absolute freak who I expect to terrorize SimWorld UB Maestro. That guy is a freak in every definition of the word, pretty much.
Oh, there we go.
With a nice flush, 10-point lead, Southeast
And
Select.
And that is a lesson learned. His last 6 shots, 3 have been dunks, 3 have been missed layups, and I think a spark might have went off in his head. That's the kind of IQ you want to see. It's going to help bring him to the next level. What is working when I two-hand it down, because 2 hands are always better than 1, bitch.
You think Brad Lee lit a fire under his bottom?
Oh, fire, maybe a little extra fire, but definitely fire. So probably fire. Yeah, I'm going to go with fire.
And risky pass there, Keandre Baldridge, and one going to the line to try to extend this lead for Southeast Select to 13. Unlucky 13. Ken Fields gets called for the foul.
Can we stress how good these bigs are able to pass, not only in traffic, but despite of traffic, and how they're able to pass their teammates over? I have to give major props to their leadership, their work ethic, and everything that they do, because they don't pass like traditional bigs. They pass on the level you want to see from your 1 or your 2, and I love it.
They pass so well, and that potential can only grow given what they are. These kids are only in high school, so imagine the level of their playmaking at SimWorld U or the SWBA level. It has to be food for thought, Maestro.
Absolutely.
And that's another one of their big 3 bigs, Breck Backer, making some buckets right there. Breck Backer is an absolute dog, but kind of gets overshadowed by the other big men on this Southeast Select team. JJ Hoops inside the Resin Red, trying to hold his own against them. And that is rejected by Keandre Baldridge to end the half. 25 lead for Southeast Select at halftime. It seems like the Indy Stripes have an uphill battle to climb here at home. Second half. Maestro, what do the Indy Stripes need to do if they want to claw their way back into this game in the second half?
They have to find and maintain that same spirit of play they had at the start of the game. Now, if you're going to play defense, you need to make your defense work for you by being able to convert those stops into points. And they were doing that early in the game. Now, granted, Southeast Select's athleticism and overall athleticism has been coming into play more and more lately, as we see as they're starting to pull away. But I do believe Indy has the game, has the talent, and certainly have the IQ that they can get back into this game as long as they realize if we're going to stop these guys, we need to make it happen on the other side.
This Southeast Select team is disgusting, like we said. So much talent, so much to do there. But that's halftime. We'll see you in a minute for second half.
joy that I feel. This passion, this purpose is real. I get to do this here with my friends. I get to do this here for my kids. Mama getting the brand new Benz, and back gon' get what she gives. That's loyalty over trends. It's BXB for the win. I put this shit on my granny. Go reserve the seats at the Grammys. That's loyalty over trends. It's BXB for the win. Let me tell you what you won't do. Let me tell you what you can't do. Let me tell you what you won't do. Let me tell you what you can't do. Don't tell me what you won't do. Let me tell you what you can't do. Don't tell me what you won't do. Let me tell you what you can't do. When I was a young boy. Hey boy. Hey boy. Hey boy. You know we got the city on go mode. When you see us, I know photos. Girlfriend ass on whoa. And we stay down like 10 toes. And I'm still on high. Y'all niggas still on crack pot. Y'all niggas think y'all Tupac. Y'all niggas smoking that wop young boy.
Oh, I got the feeling, yeah. Oh, you in your feelings, yeah. Mama, we winning, yeah. Lord willing, yeah. I got the metro booming. Waiting for metro booming. Mask off, I see the future. JR and no shooters.
Welcome back to Game 2 of our triple header here at the Pit Row Fieldhouse. Rough second quarter for the Indy Stripes. They were in it. They were only down 2 at the end of the first quarter, down 15 at the end of the second. What went wrong?
Well, you got to make shots. You know, first quarter they shot 53%. To our stats crew that fed us those numbers there, and because I'm not going to say I did it, I just got to give a shout out to the entire crew that was giving us updates what was going on. First quarter, 53%. Second quarter, 21%. That is, if you do cold hard math, carry the one, IQ, that's going to be, I got you now. That's going to be a 32-point difference in percentage there, and that's going to make a huge difference in how much you score.
Yeah.
Because you miss 80% of the shots you don't make, especially if you don't shoot them, because that's another 36% that you could have made. Math is hard.
Yeah, they shot 38% on the game. River Mirror, another dunk. Not getting enough love for what he can do. I'm very impressed that he's 6'3" at 16 and can dunk like that.
Absolutely. You know, but look at what he did to get himself there. That first step to his defender's back pocket, and he did not hesitate. The next step, 4 steps into that dunk. One day he's going to learn to do it in 3 steps at his size, and his aggressiveness is going to pay off like no other level.
And as we say that, going to the line for Southeast Select is Drake Johnson, the 15-year-old. Very bright future on this kid, like I mentioned earlier. But Drake Johnson trying to extend this lead, which he just did there, back to 15. Hey Maestro, I gotta ask while I have you though, how are we feeling about the SWBA conference finals now?
You know, I'm just gonna be nasty. The Knicks are out of it. I'm happy. Oh, that was kind of mean. I know. I can't even say how much I don't like them enough. I really can't. But no, I really like the fact that we're going to have a different team this year, bringing it again, parity, a different team racing up the Larry O'Brien Trophy. But more importantly, though, this is the first time I can remember in a very long time, and I'm going to need our stat crew to fact check me on this. The first time we're going to have a finals without the current MVP or the previous MVP participating in not only the semifinals, but obviously the finals will follow. And I just cannot remember a time when there was so much spread out across the league that the MVP would not be involved with the semifinals or finals for the SWBA championship.
I would assume it was when Russell Westbrook won the MVP, averaging a triple-double for those 6-seeded Thunder.
Keandre
Baldridge hitting a 3 showing his range there. But like I said, it was probably Russell Westbrook.
But I believe the previous year's MVP, though, was there. See, that's what I'm getting at. It was like, it's not only is there not this season's MVP, last season's MVP is not there.
Dexter Jackson.
Clear lane there for Dexter Jackson.
Hi, Miss Jackson.
Get off right there.
I am for real. Oh, you don't bring no pencil to an internet party? My goodness gracious.
To an internet party. Maestro, you might be the most interesting man alive.
I'm just old, baby. Let's just go.
Beautiful sequence for Kadarius Stack there with the dunk, and beautiful sequence for Southeast Select's big men there with the triple from Keandre Baldridge. The fact that he's 6'10", 17 years old, and can shoot the 3 like that, that's a future SWBA lottery pick right there.
His hands are amazing. His footwork is even more amazing. And I tell you, as he learns the game, as he grows into his body, as he learns the game, my goodness gracious, he's just going to be beyond special to watch on a regular basis.
And Keandre Baldridge just made that shot. He's dangerous. Kadarius Stack Jr. gets called for that foul on Lil Alaric, the 6'1" man, 16-year-old for Lil Alaric for the Indy Stripes. He's only 16 years old. He's averaging 10 points per game as a 16-year-old. I wonder what he's going to do at 17, 18.
He's so tough. I just like that he likes to shove his nose all up in there, and the fact that he doesn't let his size get in the way. We might get a couple more inches out of him, maybe, give or take, depending on who the mama is. But the idea here is for a player like him, he can be that player that can fill that energy gap that a lot of teams look for sometimes, especially on the next 2 levels. That player that, if he doesn't start, comes off the bench and instant firecracker, right? Instant fireworks. Going to the hoop. Even if he gets blocked, he goes to the hoop. He takes the challenges. And at his size, he's going to get a lot of challenges no matter which league and no matter how far he goes, because of his size. And the fact that he wants it just shows you how big his heart is, and you cannot put that on the stat sheet.
19-point deficit for the Indy Stripes. This is not very encouraging after their victory over the Yacht Club. Like we mentioned earlier, this team's inconsistencies might be their downfall. As Leo Alaric, he's only 6'1" and 16 years old. The fact that he can get up like that is absurd to me.
Leo Alaric, oh, it ain't my fault. Come on, y'all. Oh, it ain't my fault. You know, I know, it ain't my fault, because I'm playing tonight, baby. That's how you do it. That's that heart we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, I was saying, though, this Indy Stripes team has way too much inconsistencies to be a legitimate threat in the run-to-one. As I say that Indy Stripes call a timeout with their 19-point deficit, we are going to let you know about the Stars of Tomorrow Showcase on June 29th. Stay tuned. It will be live streamed on our YouTube channel. If you if you haven't liked, subscribed, or gotten notified already, you should now, because you are missing out on some of the most phenomenal content I have ever seen. You'll hear me, you'll hear Maestro, you'll hear the rest of our amazing crew do what we do best with the Stars of Tomorrow Showcase, with the Run-to-One coming up. There's so much to look forward to here in the Sim World Hoops universe, and it's only going to get bigger, it's only going to get better, and it's only going to get more exciting. So
I'm
stay
tuned.
tuned.
I'm actually gonna suit up for that. I'm actually gonna go at least do the shoot around. Let's do the shoot around. Let's suit up and get out there and see what's up.
And back to some action here. Indy Stripes had a phenomenal start to this game, and their foot has slowly fallen off the gas pedal, and Southeast Select has been dominating the last quarter and a half of action in Indianapolis tonight.
It is hard to maintain what Indy did in the first quarter, shooting 53%. Going 21% in the second quarter, not much better than that here in the third quarter. It's hard to maintain with what they have. And oh, by the way, a high shooting percentage does not fit into their base principles and what their coach has them doing anyway. They definitely are a transition-built team that are not doing well on the transition. Oh, my goodness. Oh, you smell that?
Dexter Jackson.
I'm sorry. You might hold your nose for a minute because that was just nasty.
Dexter Jackson showing off yet again. Dexter Jackson gave hope. We've talked a lot about the big men for the Southeast Select team, but their guards are also among the best in all of Sim World Prep. Jackson, Hope, Alvin Carballo, and River Mirror. Having his breakthrough game in the big deficit and potential loss for the Indy Stripes right here is Kadarius Stack. Kadarius Stack Jr. Sorry, we cannot offend the family of Kadarius Stack Sr. Kadarius Stack Jr. is an absolute animal. Biggest man, strongest man on the floor at all times, and he's only going to get bigger, stronger, and better. And I'm so curious to see what his SWBA and SimWorld U future lies.
The very first falling out I had with a coach was a coach who actually was a junior, but I heard him go off on the media about them calling him junior, and I just thought it was so disrespectful. And I just really couldn't wait to just let him know, because he was going to cut me anyway. I couldn't wait to let him know that I thought he was a jackwagon. Because, if you're carrying your father's name, carry with pride. It ain't about you. You didn't make yourself come here. Come on, people.
Yeah. I personally, though, I'm not a fan of naming people junior, but Leif Money with showing off a little bit of range with that mid-range jumper. But I was saying, I'm not really a fan of naming people junior. I'm not going to name my son Jason Jr. because I just think that that's weird and kind of egotistical. Stout defense from Indy Stripes there as they're going back the other way with a 17-point deficit inside. Will not fall, but there is a little bit of contact there. Leif Money going right back to the line.
Leif Money
has one of
shooting two.
I'm really disappointed to see that Leif Money really doesn't have a lot of facial hair. I think he would really rock a cool beard.
He definitely has a face for a cool beard. And as someone who can't grow one, I just kind of wish that, more people would, just because I can't. I just want to live through everybody else's beard. I actually did a tour with the drummer who was a 6. He was actually a 6, and I thought it was so cool that his family's name went back, his name anyway, and the family went back 6 generations. I just thought it was cool, and what even made it more cool, all 6 were musicians.
That's even cooler. That's awesome. I understand if it's been a long generation thing, the 3rd or the 4th, but I don't want, I just don't understand it in, just name your kid Junior if it's not going to be a thing for a very long time. But back to the game here, and that is a slam and a half, making Leif Money fall.
He's big. The way they handle the ball, the way they move like 1s and 2s, and yet they're 6'10", 6'11", and Baker, of course, is 7 foot. It is just beautiful. Oh, that was
almost thought would have been the most epic dunk in Sim World Prep history. But like we said, Breck Baker is dirty. He's 7 foot, but he's dirty right there.
And that's how you do a dunk. You actually do it with the ball. It looked very nice without it, but it's better with it. At least that's what I think it says.
Jackson doing quite well. Stripes is in a deep hole, and I don't think that they're going to be able to get out of this. Resurrect gets projected. believe that was Breck Thacker, dirty 30
Yes,
right
it was. Yes, it was.
7-footer man himself. 7 foot, 15 years old. He is a man. It's Brett Baker right there. No, sir. Back to Indy. I have not seen very much of JJ Hoops tonight in a very disappointing disaster class performance. Andrew Gibson, JJ Hoops, where are you, gentlemen? D3, and that will fall. Buzzer beater. Kind of like putting a Band-Aid on a bullet wound. Not going to do very much as a 60-44 deficit for Indy Stripes after 3 quarters. Indy Stripes in a bad spot right now. Down 16, and I don't think it's going to get any better. After 3 quarters here at Pit Row Fieldhouse, it's an uphill battle. We will be back for the 4th quarter in a minute. Here we go for some 4th quarter action here at the Pit Row Fieldhouse. Big deficit for the home team, Indy Stripe, as Southeast Select leads 60-44. But I'm gonna hand this one over to my man Maestro to give some love to some of the great dedicated members of our community.
Absolutely. Want to appreciate everybody hanging out, giving their listeners. You know, my main man Braden Berry. Keep on rocking in there. King Kai always giving his analysis. I love that. Average Pokemon trainer handing out cookies. Give your boy some. Holla at your boy. Of course, we got Coach Drayton in there. We got Redbud. That's all I'm going to say is Redbud checking in. Carson Cutbirth, I know where you at. I see you hiding out there. Mamu, all good. You know, I tell you, my man, and Tony Henderson, and appreciate you. And, of course, we got Liam. I see you. Keep doing what you guys do. Appreciate you hanging with us tonight. Always, always, always a pleasure.
You mentioned Coach Drayton. Big win for the Beast of the East tonight. So shout out Coach Assad Drayton yet again for leading his team to a great victory and still managing to stay tuned with us tonight. That is some dedication to the sim world right there, and that is what we love to see. But anyway, big deficit for the Indy Stripes. But I want to talk about what Southeast Select is doing right, Maestro. What are you seeing as a technical foul here?
This is Southeast Select's game. They move without the ball. They're all great passers. They're all able to move not only on the strong side, but also on the weak side. Their leadership, Coach Bradley, what the principles that he's instilled plays well no matter who's on the floor. And when they're on the floor, boom, boom, pow, that's your mama in the money right there. Oh, my goodness. Great pass, great finish. And that is moving without the ball to make that happen, and you pass your man open. That's going to work in SWU. It's going to work in SimWorld BA. It's going to go everywhere.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. Inside, I don't know why they're not trying to go to the 3-point shot. They have the shooting. Red, contested jumper, and it hits the back of the rim and will fall. The Kentucky native. Like we said,
well, you know what? If I could just say for one quick second, probably one reason they're not really going directly to the three. Ever since the first quarter, Indy's been a little off balance, and that's okay. That's going to happen when you're talking about a team this young trying to find their way. They've been a little off balance apparently for a while. When things go well, they go great, but when things don't, they all seem to collapse. They don't get the movement that you normally see them moving. Think about what we saw in the first quarter. A lot of backside movement, right? They were playing the game inside and outside. They were also pressing up on the floor. We stopped seeing that about halfway through the second quarter because I think there was a little instinctual panic that kind of kicked in. Oh my goodness, we're trying to get behind. Southeast collectors start pulling away, and that's okay. They're going to learn from this. They're going to watch this film. They're going to see the differences between what they did great and what they did not do well. As the things started getting tight, they're going to learn from it, and next time it happens, it won't be brand new.
How are they going to fare, though, if they're faring this poorly against Southeast Select right there? They even need a timeout. How are they going to fare in the run to one? They're going to be playing either Southeast Select or Gulf Coast Lockdown in the first round.
Well, what I would say is I would look to the coach to find two things that are going to work. Find two things that we're doing under pressure, whether we're ahead, whether we're behind, whether things are tight, or whether things are loose, but two things that we do well. Let's build on those two things and stick with that no matter what, because you can then shape the rest of the game around you. But that's going to take the coach kind of digging in some principles and the team to trust those principles and not get too loose or get too away from where they are doing well.
Yeah. But we want to talk about SimWorld Prep's game of the week tomorrow night. Royce Anderson and the ATLians taking on the Yacht Club, who just lost to the Indy Stripe a couple of days ago. Darius McBride and the Yacht Club, I should say. 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. Be there or be square if you're going to miss a phenomenal game with plenty of run-to-one implications. Oh, we're back with some action here, and this one could not be more exciting, could not be more unexciting in this moment. 20-point deficit for Stripe. Screaming at his team in these timeout huddles, because there's been a lot of issues with this Indy Stripe team today. They kept it close, but then they just got outgunned by a phenomenal team as Andrew Gibson's triple falls.
You know why he's one of my favorite players? Because his secondary sport is golf, which he played in high school, which is what he plays in high school. But his next interest sport is bowling. How cool is that? He likes golf and he likes bowling. That's ace on money for me.
Maestro, are you a good bowler?
I'm an okay bowler. I can get you over 100, but it'll be tight. But I can get you over 100. How about you?
I'm personally a bumper merchant. I'm a grown man who needs to use bumpers. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. The SimWorld Hoops team, if we ever do a bowling night, I will more than likely come in last.
It's funny because I'm predominantly left-handed, but most of the time when I bowl right-handed.
I do that with basketball. I'm right-handed, but I shoot lefty.
There you go, and my goodness gracious, get that out of here. Don't bring no molasses to a cheese sandwich party.
How do you find these analogies? Do you have like ChatGPT pulled up right now?
I don't know. I think I am ChatGPT. You know what? I just found out that people use AI to help write their term papers, and I just got really scared right now.
Oh, if you're writing all my term papers, I appreciate it. Because that's all I heard. And phenomenal and one for Southeast Select right there. Up and under right past him. Showing what he can do with that shifty little speed from 16-year-old point guard. But
again, make that step with determination. It's going to pay off every time.
Bad miss for Dexter Jackson right there.
Great pass, though, from Gabe Pope. He passed him right to the spot he needed to be. It just didn't convert.
Sometimes that happens. A great pass will not culminate in the correct in a shot that is made, and sometimes you hate to see that, but it's a game of basketball. Lead large, deep three. What? Situation ball right now. Indy Stripes call yet another timeout.
The shot clock resets at 24. Substitution called onto the floor. Breck Backer replaced by Kadarius Stack Jr.
I think we had a step out
Backer
there.
coming out of the game for Kadarius Stack Jr. Kadarius Stack Jr. and Keandre Baldwin have all been crucial cogs in the machine in this game for Southeast Select, who is likely to improve their record to 18-11 and snap their 2-game losing streak, which is a much-needed victory for Southeast Select headed into the run to 1.
You know,
Southeast Select needed this.
You know, it's so funny you would say that. I'm gonna actually break the bank on the other side of the piggy right now. I think this would be a great time for the coach to work in some surprise principles for the run to 1. And if it turns out that they get it in a win, great. If they don't, it'll be something that'll be good for the players to implement once we get into the run to 1, because that's when it's really going to start to count for them. I think they're pretty solid in their positioning, and I just think nothing but good is going to come out of it as long as they're really more diverse with their attack. How do you do that? You learn it and you work it under fire in game time.
I absolutely understand what you mean. I think that this Indy Stripes team can do plenty of damage in the run to 1, just not this year. This team just needs experience under their belt. They're young. Once they get older and take a little bit more strides in their development, they're going to be among the most dangerous teams in all of SimWorld Prep.
Absolutely.
Players who are just on the younger side, 15, 16 years old. Once those guys are 17 and on their way to being blue chip prospects at the SimWorld U level, they're scary. They're dirty.
Keandre Baldridge. And 1
3-point play impending. If he can make it a 3-point play.
Strong play. Already committed to South Carolina. He's going to fit right in in the SEC's game. He has that awareness. And oh, by the way, when you are the type of guy that he is, in terms of he likes the physicality, his secondary sport is wrestling like we say in the South. You know, he's going to fit right in the SEC and South Carolina, who, by the way, the women's team is good. The men's team is not that bad either.
Nice layup there for the Indy Stripes, who are only down 16 now. But I want to go back to the well that you just mentioned. Keandre Baldridge being committed to South Carolina. Hakeem Young just committed to LSU today. The big men at the SimWorld U level going forward, especially in the SEC, are really, really dangerous.
Greg Johnson.
That really needs to happen.
And there's a lot of reasons for that. People are saying across the other table, if you look at all the recruiting boards and things like that, they're talking about the whole idea of the SEC has sort of kind of gotten ahead of the game in terms of their collectives at the school that are dealing with the NIL. But I don't want to sully the talk about that. I just like the fact that we're seeing these schools that are managing not to just be 1 and 2 or 3 deep, but in the case of the SEC, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 deep when they start talking about the tournament time.
Yeah, we've seen Alabama, we've seen South Carolina and LSU all land big men. That are top 100 big men, I should probably add, in this SimWorld Prep class. So I'm very excited to see some of these battles in the SEC and SimWorld U in the coming years.
Absolutely.
Keandre Baldridge is a guy that I have very, very high on my SWBA watch list. With what he can do on the interior, he's got a little bit of a jumper. Very underrated for what he is.
Agreed. And normally big guys will get a higher rating just because they're bigs. But when you see a player like him that has great hands and great feet, you know that rating is just going to get better for him. And he's going to look at across the table for the next level and maybe even the level after that.
There's so much to look forward to with so many players on this court tonight. JJ Hoops, Coco Bryce, Keandre Baldridge, Breck Backer, Kadarius Stack Jr., Alvin Carballo. Milaric, Andrew Gibson, Rick Mirror, Gabe Pope, Drake Johnson.
There you go. Gabe Pope the swimmer.
There's just Gabe Pope the swimmer. Can you swim?
Yeah. Yeah, I better swim Navy and Coast Guard. If I don't know how to swim, I'm in the wrong gig.
And that's the game, Indy.
And that's a victory for Southeast Select, 18-11 now, as the Indy Stripes record falls to
We thank you all for coming out tonight.
18
We appreciate
on
your
the season
patience.
off their victory over the Yacht Club. Tough loss for the Indy Stripes at home. Big, much-needed win for Southeast Select at home. I mean, on the road to get back to 18-11 and snap their losing streak. Run to 1 coming up soon. Game 3 of our triple header. Stay tuned. Thank you for watching us.
Hey, what's up, baby? How you doing, good to see y'all. Y'all looking great.
Thank you.
Y'all ready?
Yeah, we ready.
All right. Let's see what you got here. Oh, you got them sitting on them big boys? Ooh, yo. Bro, that's clean.
I knew you like it, man. I knew you like it.
I just got one problem, though.
What's that?
It's a goddamn robbery, man. Can't be riding around here with 20. You trying to be incognito.
Man, that's all I can
This ain't gonna work, bro. What we doing?
I wonder what they arguing about. Girl, I told him that shit wasn't gonna work. He don't listen to nothing.
What's that noise?
Okay.
Pop the trunk, man. I know. Pop the trunk, bro. Pop the goddamn trunk, man.
You serious right now?
How you gonna steal the car and then keep the dude in the car that you stole the car from?
Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for my friends. By the way, you have a very nice ride. I really, really, really like it. Can I just reach around you and grab the shotty really quick, really fast? Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, and a few of these bullets. Let's go. Man, I told you to be inconspicuous. Shh. Don't go nowhere.
I'm in that dasher with a vixen. You don't wanna see us blitzing. Underhanded pitching, hit him straight up in his mitten. Hope the Lord forgive him, man. His grandma been praying, been a bad boy since the Pistons. Wipe his nose, ain't no call. Tell his partners come get him. Stuffing yachters with the pigeons. When we talking outside lingo, ain't no talking over digits. Currents over karma, ain't no motherfucking sentence. Tell them black sent you, sir, your people not your feeling. Oh, man, this smoke was alright. Man, her ass was alright. Don't ask me if I'm alright. Pray this shit gon' go right. All my people alright. All my people alright. All my people alright. All my people alright. Man, this smoke was alright. Man, her ass was alright. Don't ask me if I'm alright. Pray this shit gon' go right. All my people alright. All my people alright. All my people alright. All my people alright. how it go down, right? They always wanna hold you down. Y'all know. So G-Dep, tell me a little something. Should I record? Yeah. Y'all know how it go down, right? They always wanna hold you down. Y'all know. So G-Dep, tell me a little something. Should I record? Yeah. Y'all know how it go down, right? They always wanna hold you down. Y'all know. So G-Dep, tell me a little something. Should I record? Yeah. Y'all know how it go down, right? They always wanna hold you down. Y'all know. So G-Dep, tell me a little something. Should I record? Yeah. Y'all know how it go down, right? They always wanna hold you down. Y'all know. So G-Dep, tell me a little something. Should I record? Yeah. Y'all know how it go down, right? They always wanna hold you down. Y'all know. So G-Dep, tell me a little something. Should I record? Yeah. Y'all know how it go down, right? They always wanna hold you down. Y'all know. So G-Dep, tell me a little something. Should I record? Yeah. Y'all know how it go down, right? They always wanna hold you down. Y'all know. So G-Dep, tell me a little something. Should I record? Yeah. Y'all know how it go down, right? They always wanna hold you down. Y'all know. So G-Dep,
Y'all know. So G-Dep, tell me a little something. Should I record? Yeah. Y'all know how I go down, right? They always want to hold you down. Y'all know. So G-Dep, tell me a little something. Should I record?
Welcome back to the broadcast. We are here in St. Louis at the Make-A-Swish Foundation. I am here with my man Clutch Williams. We're here to watch Beyond the Arc host SimWorld Africa. How you doing this evening, Clutch Williams?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. Well fed after a very nice meal, getting ready to watch a fantastic game. Hopefully go back and forth. Looks like some relatively well-rounded teams here. A couple star athletes, or I don't want to say star, but standout stars in their squad. So we'll see how that matchup goes.
Well, I'm just a little flabbergasted that you said you enjoyed a great meal. I wasn't invited to this meal. Where'd you head to?
Oh man, I had to be in and out. You know how it is. 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. Try to get that belly full while I can, but it was good. I did go Chinese tonight. Found a new favorite spot of mine, which isn't easy to do in St. Louis. I mean, the ribs on lock, but Chinese is a different story.
Yeah, as I can imagine, I can tell you
inside.
SimWorld Africa here, been in town just for one night. I know they may have had some challenges finding some good eats here, but there's plenty of great food here. We had a great matchup on our hands here. Nick Bowie, Keyshawn Blazingame, DeMarcus Owens, well-balanced Beyond the Arch team here that has not performed very well this season, taking on SimWorld Africa, who we can say a little bit of the same
but they have found some shining stars in the name of Ethan Letterman, who's caught fire from deep here as of late. Kola Abdul Rauf, who is an interesting prospect of all in itself, and then Amara Fuwu, who is eyeing a couple of schools, a couple of schools are eyeing him currently by the name of Penn State, Wichita State, and Temple. Good one on deck here, though. But Clutch, what are you looking forward to in this matchup? What do you think is going to determine the winner here?
You know, I think I don't want to say age might play a factor into it, but I feel like you've got a more mature team in SimWorld Africa. But again, the fact that they haven't found that rhythm is a little concerning. So I really feel like it could go either way. It's gonna come down to who gets that battle done in first, who's gonna find that paint. I don't think that we're gonna see a ton of perimeter shooting, and that's okay because again, some good old-fashioned bully ball is gonna be just fine by me.
Good old-fashioned bully ball. We're seeing some good old-fashioned fouling in the paint so far in this one. Looks like a 90s East Coast SWNBA game so far. And you mentioned not going to see a lot of perimeter shooting in this one, and I'd have to agree. 19th in the league in three-point percentage is SimWorld Africa, and not so far ahead. And number 10 is Beyond the Arch, who we've seen be streaky. At times they can knock it down. Other nights we've seen them shoot 30% from the perimeter and just from the field. So totally agree with you there. But there are some shooters on this Beyond the Arch team. Jackson Jr., that's a tongue twister. Paul McAdams, 15-year-old. But you mentioned something there, Clutch. You said possibly age, and I wonder when it comes to prep level basketball, are you thinking there's a big disparity in IQ and experience between a 15 and a 17-year-old?
I mean, I think that's going to go anywhere. You know, you take a JV person, you put them in a varsity game. I mean, are they going to get a good result? Probably not, unless they're a really good player already. And I'm not saying it's an absolute factor. It's just something I'm noticing. You almost have a JV varsity, mentality. I mean, a couple years in a league, it's going to be a changer in my opinion. Some people may not agree with that, and that's okay. Some people don't agree with Andy Reid's diet, but 2 Super Bowls in, I think he's doing fine.
Nick Bowie,
and there's a pretty three.
Nick Bowie putting it up. He's been just a revelation for this team. 14 points, kind of unheralded when he came onto this team. Not a lot of huge names. Very early in the season for our guys who were been following SimWorld Prep for a while. There was a young man by the name of Johan Noah Jovic started this season absolutely on a tear and got injured very early on. Beyond the Arch did not know where they would go from there. And Nick Bowie has come on. Abraham Kasongo with the ball. Kicking it out to Kola Abdul Rauf's going to dump it over to Ethan Letterman. Clutch, you know anything about the last name Abdul Rauf? You ever heard that one before?
I don't know if I do, but I do like it. It's got a ring to it. Some of these.
Aren't you a Colorado native?
I wouldn't call myself a native. Now it gets a little complex here. So I was Russian-born. Don't hold that against me. I came here with a few other orphans. It was tight times. But here in the U.S., I did spend a lot of time in Colorado. But I also got adopted to Oregon, where I found a second home. I'm a coastal kid now, as I always was in a way. So, I mean, Colorado is a home, but it's changed. Thank you, Prime.
Thank you, Prime. I tell you what, they may revoke your Denver passport if you don't know the name Abdul Rauf. Mahmoud Abdul Rauf, that is. As we see big-time flush there from DeMarcus Owens, throwing it down.
Oh, that was just a nasty stuff in. Great jam.
11-6. Hey, Beyond the Arch, I know it's early. I know it's only 4 minutes into the game, but their offense is looking a lot better than it has to start a lot of games here, Clutch.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's come to some really good defense as well. Getting that ball back, getting some turnovers. But again, you're seeing a contested game like that we were expecting to see. We've had, one perimeter shot so far, so that's holding true, but we've seen a lot of great lane movement. But look at love to see a smack. What did I tell you? Bully ball.
Beautiful pass there from Jackson. Jamonte went up for the shot, but Abraham Kasongo slaps it away. Still not a perimeter shot to go down in this one. I don't think we'll have to continue to elaborate on that throughout this game. It's going to be tough and hard fought. There's a beautiful pass and cut and another block from Abraham Kasongo.
Yeah, it isn't stopping there defensive-wise. Now, let me ask you something, Yells. Are you a fan of the lucky, kind of drop back in, regardless of range, when you get that, kind of, are you wishing it would have stayed out, or are you kind of like, yes?
What is that, on a step back?
No, like when you've got that bucket that, it pops out, but looks like it's going to come back in, and you're like kind of 50-50 on is it going to go in? And it either does or doesn't. Are you a fan of it getting out again, or are you a fan of when it goes back in?
Who doesn't want the bucket to go through the net? I wasn't sure I understood though. No, it's got to go in.
It was a test. You passed. You are a fan.
Beautiful move out there by Amar Fuwu. Recently talking to a few scouts out there, and they were comparing his game to Corliss Williamson. It's a throwback name there, but I tell you what, we'll take a break. We're going to be right back. We can talk more about that in just a moment.
Third coast, baby, we was born to parlay. Riding sideways, candy dripping wet, 360. Now we in our private jet with the candy wet, and we gon' see it sideways. Third coast, baby, we was born to parlay. See me and GMC, the XL Yukon, riding Houston, Roadhog getting over 2 tons across the pavement. I'm tinted up with 4 ladies, them cups filled up, they finna raid me. It's gravy from state to state, we be on a paper chase. Just riding sideways is one of my favorite ways to drip candy, so them haters can't stand me around the brandy, cause I'm rolling with my family. CT collabo with the chain dangler, player partners be holding with the skyscraper. Take off all haters when we in the navigator, and step out like Snoop Dogg and some alligators with a 2-piece of money, and I'm trying to get rich. You in the red zone now, don't.
And we're back here at the Make a Swish Foundation. That's a really good name, Clutch. These are host arenas to these teams here in Simworld Prep. They have no rights to them, and I'm hearing some news for next season. But my goodness, isn't that that's a good arena name there?
Yeah, definitely a catchy name. And I'm a philanthropist myself, so anytime you're going to give to a good cause, I'm going to be right behind it.
Yep. So I wonder what that cause is. Is it you got the Make a Wish Foundation, you got your John Cena's of the world, you got everyone else that's kind of out there making kids' wishes come true. Make a Swish Foundation. I'm not going to ask any more questions. Big time finish there from Paul McAdams. Says, meet me at the rim.
I think they're going to feel that at the Golden Arch. Oh, man. When you talk about make a swish, I'm wondering if maybe it's that moment you can take where you were hoping you were going to get a swish, and instead air ball. Like, here we go.
Can't get it to go. Paul McAdams getting big again, or excuse me, is that Jamonte Owens getting that one to go down on the big time follow, looking like Ben Wallace out there. There's a foul on Keyshawn Blazingame, cannot stop Abdul Rauf from getting to the rim. 19 points they're putting up in the first quarter right now, and this team, Clutch, they average 63.6 points a game. And I'll tell you, some nights on some broadcasts, it was a challenge to see them get there, but this offense is looking fluid right now, at least hungry at minimum.
Oh, they're finding their way to the points in between the battle. It's been a hard-fought battle. Both teams swatting it away. In this case, they just want it more. I hate to bring up a recent rub for me, but it seems a little bit like that Timberwolves hunger. They just want it more.
Yeah. There's nothing you can say about it. They really did want that one more. We're not going to go. There's another play where Simworld Africa's bigs are getting beat down the court there. Paul McAdams with the finish there. Africa's going to have to get it together. Coach is going to have to pull this together defensively for this team. Big time finish by Cole Abdul Rauf. Let's
made that look easy and pretty.
I'm glad you brought that. I wanted to talk a little Cole Abdul Rauf. 15 points a game, 5 assists a game, 3 boards. He shoots from about 30% from 3-point range. Out of Libya, committed to Houston. Is he a Cougar type player to you?
I mean, I think with those kind of numbers, he's going to be any kind of player you need him to be.
6'5".
And that's because the man's a hard worker.
6'5", 190 at 17. Yeah, I think he's.
It's a lean, mean fighting machine.
Grew up watching Kobe Bryant.
Ooh.
Didn't we all?
You know, I got a funny story. I went to a Nuggets and Thunder game, and obviously I'm going to represent the Nuggets, and all I had was my hat, and all the jersey I had was a Kobe Bryant. So, of course, I'm going to rock it. And I get some looks. I get some, mutters. I even get some people bold enough to ask, and I had one word, maybe two. It's Kobe.
What is there to say? Black Mamba. There was some beautiful passing down low. Could not complete the play, and then there was a block. I believe they called that a goaltend. I'm a little blown away by that. But beautiful play nonetheless.
Yeah.
Cole Abdul-Rauf trying to get the last shot off here. Well defended by Keyshawn Blazingame. He's going to go mano-a-mano. Goes by him on the quick hezzy. Can't get it to go. No last second shot attempt to end the first quarter. We're going to see the first quarter end with Beyond the Arch leading the way by 7, 23-16. Stick with us. We've got some action ahead, and I think we've got a good one in the pipeline. Stay tuned. back in the building. Beyond the Arch doing their thing to start this one. Looks like they're even going to a little slight press here to start the second quarter. Not a bad strategy against a team that does not shoot very well as long as you get back defensively. Clutch, what does Simworld Africa have to do? Obviously, they're going to have to hit some perimeter shots, but what else do you think could be a key for them to get back into this game?
I think they got to take that full court press and press it right back. I think you got to get it in their face. You got to get aggressive. In these instances, in my opinion, you really got to start to control that tempo. Great look there, but you got to finish. You got to get that rebound so you can finish. You got to start bleeding some points back because you're not going to get them all at once. Not against a team like this that's found the rhythm.
Can't do what you advised right there. They're going to get a missed shot there. Good ball movement here from beyond the arch. Off ball movement. Going, there's a dribble handoff that does not lead anywhere. We're going to see where Daniel Ori is looking, or excuse me, it's Keyshawn Blazingame with a great pull-up jumper there from mid-range. And, you know, that's a part of the game we've seen here in Simworld Prep that I've really appreciated. This new game of basketball where it's, you know, it's interior and three only, penetrating three. That mid-range game, when you talk about the superstars and the teams that have been super effective, you look at the SWBA playoffs right now. On one side, you have, you know, the Eastern Conference where there's a lot of get the ball to the court, threes and penetrate only. And then you have the Western Conference where everyone pretty much assumes that, you know, the eventual champion is going to come out. That mid-range game is very prevalent there, and I like that we see that here in Simworld Prep.
Yeah, I think it's, you know, it's become a bit of a lost art. I think people underrate it. You know, everyone loves draining something from deep. I'll admit it. You know, in my little moments of fame by myself in the gym, I do the same thing.
I shoot from half court. I spend all my time shooting from maybe 5 to 10 feet behind the three-point line out to half court. I'm right there with you.
Yeah, and I mean, when, you know, the one shot you hit out of, you know, the 30 you lobbed up, you know, feels amazing. But here's the thing is when you hit those beautiful fadeaways, you know, some of those nice floaters, oh man, who am I thinking on the Spurs that used to be just a floater king? Just cut that air like butter. And it wasn't Parker, but it was so, I was right there with them.
How far ago? How far are we talking? And before we even go there, hey, you speak for yourself on the 1 of 30 that goes in, sir. You speak for yourself.
I was trying to be humble. But that's okay. One day you and I, sir, we'll see who drains them. We'll put $5 a shot.
Oh, yeah, I like it. I am a gambling man. Not on Simworld Prep games. We've seen enough drama there. Oh, but who are you talking? What genre? What generation are we talking to Spurs?
Oh man, we're talking 2000s, right at the tail end of Kobe when they were still beefing it out for championships. You had Ginobili, you had Parker, and I know Parker could do a sweet, you know, floater, but I feel like there was someone else on that squad that I just remember, just unstoppable floater.
I'm going to say that was Tony Parker.
It might have been Tony Parker, and I'm just blacking it out because I have a bit of a sore spot for him, you know? No one should be that good.
Yeah, he made the floater very sexy. Patty Mills had a little bit of a game back then. If you go a little earlier, there was a couple other players, but it was absolutely Tony Parker. As we see, big-time bucket there. From the perimeter, nonetheless, from Molly Thompson's 10-point game. Marfool is going to go right by his man there, and he is hyped. Look at he's excited. It's going to be an and one, and in memory of my man Rick Blaze, who can't be here, shout out to the power outages down in Houston. And one trick!
There you go. And, you know, it's got to feel great to keep it a single-point deficit, you know, because I was just about to say before you drove, like, how does it go, you know, towards your mentality to get to that point? Because 10 points, it seems to always be able to get in the player's head.
It's that double digit. And it forces you to play a different game. You see kids, I mean, hell, you see it in SWBA. When you get down double digits, not as if they don't shoot enough threes already, but then it just, psychologically, they just start hoisting up threes instead of taking good quality shots and chipping away, right?
Absolutely. I think it's a point to either kind of get off, the pot, or, the saying.
I love that saying, too.
Yeah, and in this case, they seem to be coming up to it, but they're still not coming to control that tempo. They're still getting shut down on the defense, and you got to start breaking away as you get closer to the second half.
I'll tell you what, I am loving that the ball is flowing through Amar Afua, and hopefully I'm saying his name right. I'm a big fan of his game. Nigeria in the house. He's kind of got that classic Nigerian game that you see from kids who, love the game of basketball and work on that skill level, and it's normally with the back to the basket. And they're going to give you some moves. They're going to give you some elbows. It may not be super refined, but you're going to want to get out the way. And he's doing a lot of that here today. Those beyond the arch kids on that team are going to leave with some bumps and bruises.
I mean, have you read anything about Nigeria? Bumps and bruises is the least you're going to get. That's a good day. That's a good day,
One of his comps is Torrey Craig, which I think is amazing. Because at one point before he started shooting the jumper, he was a pretty physical force there too. And Afua, weightlifting is something that, one of his main interests, and you can see it on the floor. Maybe not the biggest kid out there, but he is an absolute load. Tons of you can just see the force behind the moves he has. Lots of strength there. Jackson.
And
I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's not. I was going to say it's not all about, just size per se. I remember when I was not actually attending the university, but going to games, we had this running back, Speedy Stewart. The kid was like 5'4", 5'5", put up like 450 pounds, and he was unstoppable. He was one of the most electrifying people to watch just because he was so small and no one could stop him. I mean, he ran that field like he was 6'6".
He had the height disadvantage. That does help a lot in football, I will say. Jordan Casal with the ball being defended by Triple J, Jackson Jr. Say that 3 times fast. They're going to dump it back down to Afua again, and they're getting what they want down low, but they're going to get some stops here. 8-point game, big time block there by Keontae McPherson. They're out on the break. Molly Thompson going to go by Ethan Letterman and can't get it to go. Africa back the other way.
But what a swat and what a statement to make, especially as you've got SimWorld Africa really making a valiant attempt to crawl their way back. They're just not finding those second chance opportunities, and those blocks that they're getting aren't coming back with any points. And that's going to be a problem if you end up 10 points going into the half.
You got to convert, and there's a convert on an inbound play, 4-3 from Ethan Letterman. Bang! One of their lone 3-point shooters on this squad pulls this game to within 5. 2 minutes left.
And just a great job to create that distance under the pressure and contestation. Contestation. And he found it. That's what you call clutch.
Oh,
and
tried to change. He tried to change hands, Clutch.
Oh, I saw that. I was like, oh, nasty slut by Southwest.
SimWorld.
Sorry, SimWorld Africa shaking the house here in St. Louis.
Abraham Kasongo has them intimidated on the inside, and if they are not, they should be. Bad possession here offensively. He's going to put up a 3, but a big-time tip in there. Big-time play. He's going to pull it to 3 for SimWorld Africa. Coach Lytle with the time out here says, we need to figure some things out. This team is fighting their way back, clawing their way back You know what? I'm going to take a moment. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to claw my way in the sand. If you're watching the stream, if you like the content, if you love SimWorld, oh man, I'm going to hop up on the soapbox. If y'all don't know about Yells, I get on the soapbox. Don't just be a taker, man. Be a giver. Give back. Give some love back to SimWorld in the form of a like, a subscribe, hitting that little bell for the notify button, and sharing the news. Just don't take the content if you're loving it. Share it with someone else and give back to the product. We really can appreciate that. Helps us grow, helps us bring more people into the experience so that they can see your story and we can help tell your story and build your brand. SimWorld Sports is the only place you're going to be able to do that. I do all right on that, man? I think so.
Yeah, that was a nice transition. At first, I was like, "Where are you going?
Where is he going?"
I was like, I swear, if you tell me White Claw, dude, I might have to walk away.
I would never. White Claw is not even an acceptable beverage, let alone alcohol. Anyone drinking White Claw might as well drink castor oil.
I remember when White Claw was coming out, and I was like, "Are we live?"
Yeah, yes, we are.
I thought we were on break. All right, well, I will go back to my White Claw disparagement, and let me tell you something. I did think it was a joke. We made a joke out of it because I was like, alcoholic water, I'm not sure, but then it took off. And man, as soon as I saw brands as low as 4 Loko jumping on board, I knew we were lost.
Well, oh my God, he tried to put him on a t-shirt. Did not get it to go. That's a foul on Kasongo, who is not happy at all. Was looking for his 4th block. Great defense nonetheless. We're talking about White Claw, talking about alcohol-infused water. Who knows if there's actually alcohol in there. And then you brought up 4 Loko, who I can confirm has crack in it. But nevertheless.
And I got to say, what a fantastic job by SimWorld Africa to come back and really make it a game. They are not taking no for an answer before the half, and I'm wondering, what do you think is going to be going through the mind of Beyond the Arch going into the half?
Well, look, Beyond the Arch has had it's been a tough season for them. And you kids, it does not take much to bring morale down. Watching this team battle back, I just want to see if they're going to have the mental fortitude to say, hey, we're going to keep competing and not just take our foot off the gas. They're playing very well, but they've just been outworked a bit here to end this first half.
I'd absolutely agree with that. And there's some of that intimidation that I think that you're talking about, because that does get to a player's head. When that route is shut down, it's no good.
And that was a beautiful pass there from Abdul Rauf there to Kasongo, rewarding the big man for all his efforts defensively. He's going to give it up here. Ethan led him into the rack. Not his game. Kasongo on the offensive glass. He's doubled. Kicks it out. Unable to see that one fall through.
It was a fantastic look, though. I mean, plenty of daylight there. You would have thought that was going to drop in. I would say that was just bad luck that it didn't go in.
You can say the same for Jamonte Owens. What looked like it was going to be a runaway game is going to go into halftime with Beyond the Arch seeing only a 1-point lead here. Game has been spread about offensively. We've seen lots of great defense. Biggest impact player I know I've got my eye on so far. Clutch, anyone standing out for you as an impact player in this first half?
I think we're going to have to give it up to, and I hope I'm going to say this to Afua. Man, I'm not going to. Afua. See?
I got your back. I came up clutch.
This is why you make the big bucks, sir. And great pun. Nicely done. But let's take it easy. We still got 2 quarters, okay?
Amar Fua bringing a lot to the game in this one. Leading scorer in the game with 14 points. Abraham Kasongo making a major impact too. Stick with us. We've got more action coming up in the second half. Stay tuned. Keep it locked. And everything else. We're back for some second half action here in St. Louis. Man, you said you had some stories. I have a very good story here about St. Louis, but before we do, the story of this first half has been exciting. What do you think the story and the theme of this second half is going to be?
I feel like it's going to keep being a battle unless we see someone really pull away. I think that Beyond the Arch really has a serious chance of getting pulled away in a major way unless they can keep it a game, which first points of the half looks like they're answering that call.
Yep, good movement there on the double team. You saw Jackson cut to the basket, something you don't always see. There's not a lot of people cutting through and just kind of taking that dive to the basket. Jordan Casal attacking the goal there. That's a foul on Jackson. He's not happy about it. Jordan Casu, I say his name wrong. You guys have to apologize. I'll talk to you in the post game. We can get it right. But Jordan Casu to the free throw line. 6 points a game. Joined this team mid-season. Great passer. Good athleticism. Good perimeter defender. Works his way into the starting lineup for Coach Davis here. Really good player. Look, Clutch, there's a lot of kids here that have really good size in SimWorld Prep. Were there this many kids with this kind of size when you were in high school?
Oh, no way, man. I can remember, like, one. And, you know, this is the 90s, so a high school white kid who could dunk was pretty big. And he didn't get air, you know what I mean? This was just a big fella. But I remember him being such an impact player because this was a time when bigs weren't shooting super well, and he could, I don't want to say he was draining the perimeter, but he was draining some, you know, just deep twos and just very clutch. But no, as an overall theme, no, I don't know what they're putting in the milk nowadays, but they are huge.
Absolutely. We're looking at one here, 6'9", 240-ish, handling the ball on the perimeter here on Cole Abdul. It goes up with a scoop shot. Can't get it to go, can't finish. Cole Abdul Rauf with the rebound. And the push and the break, and he rewards Abraham Kasongo yet again.
And such a pretty finish there. And, you know, you were just talking about those numbers. I was thinking those are some Zion numbers. You know, when you think about that kid, he's such a powerful, heavy man, you know, and when he's at his best, he's very athletic. We all know when he's at his best.
Kasongo again making his impact, having a Nas Reed, or I'm sorry to say that for you. I'm sorry, Clutch. Having a Nas Reed type of impact on this game, on the glass, cutting to the basket, playing without the ball. And, you know, that's what I think a lot of these kids here in SimWorld Prep are having to learn how to do. Some are still learning how to do, and they're going to want to know and understand what their role is. Playing without the ball. You get paid playing without the ball because there's only one ball.
That's a beautiful way to look at it. You know, but the thing about it is a real player, you know, is going to think about us all earning that paycheck together. And I think that's when you really see the best, you know, basketball is when you see unselfish players. You see it, you know, in every real impactful team. I mean, to me, I'm a fan of hard work. And so to see that and to see it pay off, to me, that's just seeing, you know, a visualization of my best dreams.
You're a fan of hard work? I'm gonna do a gut check on you or anyone else is following. Let's just see. There may be a giveaway attached to this and see how quickly it goes down. Hard work? We'll see who got that one in the chat. Don't worry about it. Try it out again some other time. Molly Thomas with the ball is going to kick it over to Jack Jackson, protecting a 2-point lead. He's going to the bucket. Scared, and there you see Abraham Kasongo defending in the paint.
He almost wanted to see someone there for a three, you know, like a ghost of someone, but they just were not there.
I think he saw the shadow of Abraham Kasongo, who's been swatting shots away, and he said, I want no parts of that.
I think he saw the poltergeist of Wemby.
I tell you what, I see Wemby down there. I'm going straight through him. You're not going to be a buck. You're not going to be a $180 standing in front of me, stopping me. No thanks. No thanks. Shot clock winding down. A fool's going to have to throw up a late shot. Not the ideal possession for him in his night. Leads to an offensive outlet and a hard foul by a fool.
And I got to say, we haven't seen a lot of points coming. We've seen, been seeing a lot of great defense, but not a lot of points from that hard work, as we were just talking about.
Hard work? Nobody's with me on this one. All right.
To be fair, it's getting late. The crickets are chirping, but we're still playing. And here we go for one more.
DeMarcus Owens gonna check in here. Rarely do you see DeMarcus Owens and Jamonte Owens on the court at the same time.
One thing I was thinking about over the last broadcast is they were talking about juniors. And I think I heard a junior, the 6th, was the longest running junior. I think I got that one beat. My first broadcast, I had a player that was a 9th generation player.
St. Lamar.
And I thought to myself then, you carry that name with pride.
You carry it. You gotta get to a 10th, right? You gotta get to a 10th, possibly an 11th.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I would have to do to ensure that, but we're going to 10.
Oh,
it's that simple.
So my absolute goal is to get to 11, because once you get to a three-syllable numerical value, that's just absurd.
Well, at that point, you might as well start an empirical legion, a dynasty that lasts through the ages.
Absolutely. I thought about, my wife wasn't on board, but I very much so thought about naming my son after me and naming him 2 instead of Junior. So yeah, he would have been like Yells Wilson 2. She didn't.
Okay,
she wasn't on board with that though.
He had you on that one. Okay, Yells.
Amara Fua with the ball here, working on the smaller defender. Can't get it to go. Grabs the board and finishes. He's still going to work here in the second half. Gives SimWorld Africa back the 2-point lead, but Young Arch is right in this one.
Yeah, I think we're seeing it go back and forth and just a battle in the paint. So it seems like Beyond the Arch has not gotten that complete intimidation like they had going in the second half. So I don't know what words the coach had coming in, but they seem to be doing okay. They seem to be confident and just playing it back to back. But I'm really hoping to see some points coming in off these efforts. Jam it in. Get that butter, because we're making some sandwiches.
Sandwiches? I'm with it.
PB&J.
PB&J? Well, along with that, we're going to pay some bills here. Hopefully we can get some sandwiches over here. Maybe a little French dip au jus. But we'll see. Stay tuned. More to come.
Welcome home.
Mom, Dad, this is Cindy.
Cindy, yes. So nice to meet both of you.
It's nice to meet you finally. Travis has told us so much about you.
All good things, I hope.
Yes, of course.
Lord.
Please,
Thank
welcome.
you.
Oh, Mom, no. Dad, this is Shannon.
Oh, hi.
Shannon? And this is Erin.
Hey, cutie.
That is Jessica. Jenny, Sarah, Megan,
Hi.
Nicole, Elizabeth.
Acts. Use in moderation.
We're back after watching a commercial about most of my Friday nights as a kid.
That's a confident man.
Hey,
Different time, right? Yes.
We've got a good one here, Clutch. Amar Afua with 18 big points in this one for SimWorld Africa. Normally not the way he rolls in these. He's a great player, but offensively aggressive tonight. And on the other side, for Beyond the Arch, every player on the team has scored a bucket. They have spread the wealth. No one yet in double-digit points, I believe, but everyone has, in fact, scored. Great team effort that we're seeing from Beyond the Arch. Coach Lytle has his team rolling this evening.
You know, and I got to say, I almost saw that coming in. You know, when you take a look at their, points per game, it's pretty well balanced. You have a couple standout players, and you're seeing those numbers. But in the end, it's only when you need them. You know, most of the rest of the time, the team is more than willing to let any player open score that ball. And most of those points have come in the paint, a few mid-range. We've seen a couple perimeter shots. But mainly we've just seen some great defense and offense. Big elbows, I think you said.
Big elbows. Cole Abdul Rauf from deep is going to extend the lead back to 5. Big time shot there from a big time shot maker. Like I said, Houston's soon to be Houston's own, a Houston Cougar next season at SimWorld U, was courted by Georgetown, Wake Forest, and Memphis, but chose Houston instead, which I can understand.
Well, and you can see why. I mean, with great shooting like that, again, willing to be a team player, that's the guy you want on your roster.
Dumps the ball down to 15-year-old Mo Osborne. Ethan Letterman looking a little lost here. He's going to kick it out. Henry Conti from deep, not going to get it to go. Boarded by Paul McAdams. Up ahead, number 11 with the hop step, and he's going to get it to go. Beautiful move. The hop step, not appreciated like it used to be. Josh Grant, never has it been as pretty as it was when Derrick Rose was on the court.
Well, and there's a player that, in my opinion, just missed his greatness. I mean, he's always going to be remembered, and I won't say he's going to be a footnote. He stands out more than that, but man, I wanted to see him just win something. Is it wrong to say I wanted to be the next Jordan? Is that bad?
I just want him to be the next Derrick Rose.
Well said.
I think if he would have continued his career trajectory, he would not have been compared. There would have been conversations about when you would have thought of the Bulls, you would not have automatically thought of Michael Jordan first, had his career not been cut short.
And I think that's what I was getting to, is I wanted to see a resurgence of the Bulls. I'm a 90s kid, so that was an era when everyone wore Bulls gear, no matter who your team was.
No, so you're not a fan of Caruso and Ball, Levine, and DeRozan? No?
Listen,
no resurgence there?
Listen, the first time I saw Mr. Alex Caruso, I had one word. Or one statement, I should say, and I'll leave the word out. Who is Alex Caruso?
Well, we know who Beyond the Arch is. We know who SimWorld Africa is. And we know who that man right there is, Amar Afua, putting his stamp on this game. SimWorld Africa just ahead by 3. We've got a fourth quarter to go. Stay tuned.
I've invited Pedro over.
Pedro, my man!
We need to talk about something.
Great. Let's talk.
What's new, Pedro?
Look, Tim, for the past 12 years, Pedro and I have been having an affair.
What? I did not see that coming. At all. Pedro Jr., go to your room. Don't make that face and take that ridiculous shirt off. Daddy loves you. Sorry, what were you talking about?
Make a swish or just dump it down low and make a tough basket. That's been the theme of this game here. Battling down low, Amir Fulu going to work, and everybody on the Beyond the Arch team putting on for their city here in the Lou. Big time block there. Mustafa Bamba says, don't bring gin, or don't bring any juice to a gin party.
Nice recovery there, Yells. You know, I was thinking swing high, swing low, swing negative.
Ethan Letterman dropping a bucket there from the mid-range. Contested big-time bucket there. Beyond the Arch is going to need a quality shot here to keep this one in reach. This is where they've had troubles all season long, as in the fourth quarter things fall apart. Their offense begins to look stagnant, and they do not have a lot of cohesion. Cole Abdul Rauf to the lane, takes mercy on the rim and just lays it in.
I agree, that was a merciful lay-in. Could have cut the throat there. But you know, one thing I'm noticing is SimWorld Africa is not tired. You know, they're ready to ball for another 4 quarters. And they seem to have found that rhythm. If Beyond the Arch can't find their roots again and get back in that battle, they're not winning this game.
No, and again, that's been the theme of their season. Big time finish there from Jamonte Owens. They are battling in this one, and they have been battling as of late. That's what we'd like to see. Big time defense there from Keontae McPherson, contesting at the rim. Coming down on the fast break, looking to convert. Jamonte Owens throws it down.
And that's a way to keep the teamwork flowing, keep that ball, you know, evenly distributed. That was a strategy that was working. So I think they need to stay with that. You know, they need to close down that tempo and make it theirs again. Ooh!
That is a bucket over there. Contested, falling out of bounds with a hand in his face. Jaylen Brown-esque from the bottom left corner. Ethan Letterman. Big bucket.
Absolute highlight reel material.
So is that.
And Beyond the Arch, answering right back. Keeping it a game. Oh, and just bullied his way in.
You saw the way he gave him the shoulder there and kind of shielded him off. Pro move there to keep the man on his hip. Maestro would have loved that.
That was like a Studemeyer arm in your face, just like, nah, too big for you.
Yeah, sometimes basketball is a game position. Big time move there. Keontae McPherson puts him in the spin cycle. No rinse. This is a 4-point game here. We're going back and forth.
And this is what we were hoping it was going to be from the beginning. I mean, you had some great breakaways where some teams looked like they were going to run away. But the largest lead we had was 10 points, I think.
Yeah, and we're still within 4. Keontae McPherson stepping it up here. A fool is going to check back in so they can get some consistent offense and maybe force some double teams here. Kasongo back in the game as well for Africa. We're going to see Jamonte Owens check out for DeMarcus Owens. And Triple J, I like saying it, Triple J back in the game. But you know what, Triple J, you have nothing on SimWorld TV and Bleacher Report's very own Double A. Just want to let you know that. Shout out Double A.
Triple J is certainly easier to say than Jackson Jr. See, I get to Jackson and I want to root for you, and then that junior part, as much as I'm a fan of retaining that family name, in this case, maybe just Triple J.
2-point game. McPherson tries to finish. Kasongo on the contest is called for the foul. BTA fans are happy. Coach Davis, not so much, as they can pull back to a tie here at the free throw line. Coach Lytle looking pretty happy at the moment.
Now, Yells, what are you calling odds on an overtime here as we've seen this kind of resurgence on both teams to really give it their all?
Yeah, I'm a little tired tonight. I'm a little tired tonight. But look, I mean, it's been neck and neck in this one. I say the way these kids are fighting out here, they're showing a lot of heart out here. So I think it's very likely, as long as this game stays within 4 points, I think it's very possible. The refs have seemed to swallow their whistles at times in this one as well. So anything's possible.
Well, in a game like this, you got to just let the boys play, right?
Yeah, I feel like there was a song called "Let the Boys Play." I don't know if that would be okay in 2024 though.
Different times, different era. But you know, let's not forget the good times. And speaking of good times, let's see who's gonna roll.
Fool working down low yet again. Got good position there, fakes Pearson, and offensive 3 seconds as he did not put the ball up, kind of got stuck on that pivot foot there and didn't know what to do. And you know, we talk about it often, these young kids, as good as they are, and some of them in the post, still working on that footwork. 15, 16, 17 years old, they're still about 8 years away from where they're going to be skill-wise.
You know, I remember, I think it was Westbrook went to Kobe to work on his footwork. And, you know, Westbrook was already one of the greats, you know, at that point, you know, post-Thunder, you know, career and moving on. But he's still, you know, rest in peace, went to Kobe before he passed and, you know, humble enough to find someone that knew that skill that you need. Because, like you said, it's something that is, I don't want to say underrated, but very hard to understand, very hard to master.
So, and some of it is so simple, just like what we saw Cole Abdul Rauf do a few plays back on that break. It's knowing angles, knowing if your foot is here, that's the cutoff line for your man defensively, where he can put his feet. You can simply, you know, you watch players like James Harden, everyone sees the pretty step backs and all the crossovers that he did when he was actually good. But what he did when he would get to the basket, they also see the flopping, but they never saw how he kept people on his hip, where his foot placement was, and it all started with the footwork. Footwork is not just down low. A lot of times it's where you start with the ball, so I'm right there with you. I will shout out Hakeem the Dream, though, because that's where Kobe got some of his post footwork from. They all went and did their training, and they did their time with the Dream, man.
You know, one thing I loved about Kobe is it wasn't just about basketball. One thing I got into was his shoe design. He was one of the first players that went low top because he thought, you know, everyone in Europe plays soccer. They do way much more stress on their ankles, on their foot. Why aren't they rocking high tops? And he made his shoe, you know, be an incredibly athletic shoe, and that was just amazing.
Trying to get my son now, he loves J's, but he knows daddy loves Kobe's. I want him to have a Kobe collection. I want him to put on. Everybody rocks Jordans, but he's not buying into it. Peer pressure. 1 point game here. Beyond the Arch turns it over. Or excuse me, SimWorld Africa turns it over. Beyond the Arch is going to have a chance to take a lead here with 2.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
And we're just going back and forth. Man, like this crowd is just going to be loving this.
Big time bucket there. Nick Bowie slicing through the defense like a Bowie knife, leads them to a 1 point lead here with 2 minutes to go.
Was that like a hard left too?
Tell you what, I get one of these a night. That was just a good ass move.
That was incredible. Ooh, and we'll see a nice shake and bake there.
Afua going back to work down there. I believe he's got 24, working on the paint primarily. Molly Thomas with the ball. Going to get to Bowie. Puts it up from the mid-range. Can't get it to go. I mean, we've got a tight one here. Afua with the ball. Kicks it over to Ethan Letterman, defended by Keontae McPherson. He wants to work on him one-to-one. looking for a screen. He's going to start over, kicks it to Casal. They're looking for someone open, a lot of ball movement, but no action. Big time shot, big time block by Jamonte Owens. Says, don't come in here. And then Casal on the other side says the same.
Oh, man, that was just, you know, after all that movement, to see that, it's almost like they were just waiting, like we were just here for this.
And then a turnover, and it's back to BTA.
Oh, this is wild. Just listen to that crowd right now. They're just roaring.
Molly Thompson goes up, and now a steal by Jordan Casal. This is great defense we're seeing down here. Abraham Kasongo says, Kapayow! It throws it down in SimWorld Africa. Up 3, Coach Lytle with the timeout here. We got 45 seconds here. Africa regaining the lead. What can BTA do here to pull back into this one?
Oh, man, they're going to have to do something big. They're definitely going to have to get some aggression because right now the momentum is all swinging in terms of SimWorld Africa.
3-point lead here. Not a lot of shooters on BTA. They do have Daniel Ori, who shoots roughly 46% from deep, and Molly Thompson, who has a low volume, but he shoots roughly 48%. Are you going for quick and easy twos here? Are you looking for a 3-point shot? What are you doing, Clutch?
Man, I think with the way that BTA's been shooting, I think you got to trust your guys to hopefully get a bucket in. I'm not a fan of the timeout game, but in this case, it very well may be your savior. I haven't seen anyone stand out for BTA that's going to be like definitely going to hit it, so I think you got a good consistency.
Look, they're telling the prompting us for the player of the game. I'm going to say on SimWorld Africa's side, it's got to be a Fulu. I don't know if you have any other answers. I don't want to sit here and dawdle with that. I want to enjoy this game because we are seeing some major defense and heart to close this one out here.
Well, and I think there's no argument needed there. Absolute standout performance tonight. Win or lose at this point, going to take home some bragging rights.
And definitely going to carry some momentum into the run to one. Neither one of these teams have performed great this season, but it is a good time to find your stride. Molly Thomas in the paint. Can't get it to go. Just rolls off the left side of the rim. Ethan Letterman with the rebound. Can extend this lead. Probably looking to burn some clock. Not going to burn clock. A fool misses one there. Makes a bad decision for one of the first times in this game. Daniel Ori, Triple J with the J for 3. We've got a tie ball game, Clutch. I hear
stand corrected. Did you see that shot? That was a beauty by fan favorite Triple J, just because of the name.
I tell you what, the producers in my ear saying we got to get to commercial. We're going to pay some bills. Let us let you know how you can join SimWorld Hoops here with us, and we'll be right back. We want to thank you all for joining us in this one. And man, do we have a great late night game on the end of a triple header out here in St. Louis. You know, sometimes you drive over to the east side and you find gold. Sometimes you drive over to the east side and you say, let me get the hell out of here. Not tonight. 68-68. SimWorld Africa with the ball. Ethan Letterman at the top of the key. Shot clock and game clock just about even here. They can go for the win. Ethan dribbling the clock down. Not a whole lot of movement here. Going to see where he's going to go. Looks like he's going to ISO up top. Working on Molly Thomas. Kicks it out to Casal. 2 to go. 3 to go. Not the shot they're looking for. Kasongo. You asked for a clutch and we've got overtime.
Oh, man. That is just incredible.
Stay with us. We got more to come. Extra innings. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in with us, and we've got, as they call it, a dandy overtime quarters here, 68-68 out in St. Louis. Thank you for tuning in. We may have more action this coming out. This game is coming down to the wire. Great defense, timely offense, and a whole lot of heart.
Oh, absolutely. You've got players stepping up, and you've got just a nice, well-rounded team that's, again, dishing that ball, keeping that strategy moving. You've got Owen and McPherson with a combined 17 points for Beyond the Arch.
In just the second half. Just the second half.
That's just incredible numbers between two players that weren't really putting out those numbers before.
And this crowd is on fire here. We're going to see McPherson go to the line. He's continued to be aggressive. Big body there. Keontae McPherson averages 3 points a game, 3 rebounds a game. And I'm not going to put the jinx on him, but he has yet to miss a free throw in this season. I'm just calling out the stats, guys. So don't you put this on me, Ricky Bobby, if anything goes wrong. Since the first one. Nevertheless, one of the beautiful things about Simworld Prep is it's not all about numbers. These scouts out here in Simworld, you are looking at your talents, looking at your skill, looking at your temperament, looking at how you handle things. He's got Missouri, Kansas State, Arkansas, the KU taking a look at him, and he's definitely putting on the night as there are scouts in the building.
And I like that he's not letting that affect his play, though. And he's really still staying in that game regardless of who's out there. And I think that's why you see those numbers reflect. Ooh, and I almost thought he was going to come in for the jam, but not enough room there.
Jinx stays in full effect, by the way. Sorry about that, young man. It's not on me, though. Kasongo now is going to go to the free throw line. Nick Bowie's not happy about it. Neither is Coach Lytle, who is livid on the sideline. Kasongo, on the other hand, I'll just make it fair here. Kasongo, there's no need to jinx this young man at all because Kasongo is not much of a free throw shooter, or at least not a 100% free throw shooter, 72% on the season. He does not get the first one to go. We even up the odds here. He's going to look to see if he can get the second one.
Yells, let me ask you something. You know, you were from that era. What do you think of the Karl Malone free throw? Would you have done it? You know, if it got you better results, could you have stood there and done the granny?
Hell, if it goes in, you got to shoot it with your feet. You shoot that thing with your feet if it gets you good results. We're all about winning, man. We're about results around here in the Wilson household. So, yeah, I'm all about it. Karl Malone, I hate everything about him as a person. On the basketball court, he got it done. So, for 48 minutes, I love everything he did if I'm his teammate.
So, you're telling me flop stance.
What's that?
Flop stance.
If I'm on his team, flop away, sir. Afua with a beautiful double clutch finish there, showing some touch as opposed to all the strength he's shown there. We got a 3-point game. Coach Lytle calling a timeout here. And while he's calling that one, I'll say this. You can join SimWorld. Discord.gg, SimWorld Hoops. You can be a player. We don't want to hear all that lip. You come in, you do your work, you do your footage, you look at your footage in the film room, and you do what needs to be done to grow yourself as a player from the prep level. 15, 16, 17, you go to SimWorld U if you got the chops, if you want to stick around, and you go to college and you make a name for yourself. Then you go to the pros if you get drafted. Somebody's looking forward to you. You live that journey out. Let the media, they're going to talk bad about you when you do bad. They're going to talk good about you when you do great. And if they're not mentioning you at all, it's because you're not mentioning yourself. Engage, be a part of the community. Join us as a coach. Join as a fan. Hey, you could be a part of the team here. We're looking for more journalists. Think you could do what me and Clutch Williams do? Let us know. We're looking for you. But the only place you're going to be able to do that is discord.gg, SimWorld Hoops, SimWorld Sports, the only place where you can see the game and be the game. And these kids out here are being the game right now, Clutch. All of them are absolutely being the game right now. They're seeing it, they're being it, they're doing it. Yeah. Great basketball here in the Midwest. Is that what they call this area, the Midwest?
You know, I've always been a little fuzzy on the term, you know, because I feel like the Midwest sometimes stretches all the way out to like Utah and Nevada. And I've been out there. There ain't no trees. There ain't no West.
Oh, and Rose it away off the
throwaway.
Yeah. I don't know if he thought that was going to Nick Bowie or what, but Jackson just lets it roll out of bounds in a game like this where you fought so hard. You can't have those kind of turnovers. Coach Lytle again, normally mild-mannered. I mean, we're seeing lots of emotion from him out on the other side. And as the kids call this, he's sold, as the kids call it here. Cole Abdul-Rauf with the ball being defended. He's going to have to get this back defensively, Triple J is. We're seeing some moonwalking going on here. A little showing off from Cole Abdul-Rauf, looking for the screen.
Got to get that ball out, young man.
What is going on here? Cole Abdul-Rauf.
Just some selfish play. You know, I don't know if he was looking for some extra time there or what, but it cost his team a lot there.
Showboating. And that's what will happen sometimes when you think you got in the bag. There's still 2 minutes going on. 2 minutes in this game as we see some showboating going on there. And this is going to go back to Beyond the Arch. They're going to get another chance here to redeem themselves.
You don't do that over 3 points. You know, you celebrate at 10, you know. But either way, coming back from it, and we'll see if that someone's going to penetrate some points.
Nick Bowie gets the slicing and a Dyson, Gina. Puts the bucket in, going around the defender there. It's a 1-point game.
Oh, and I love a nice little toss-up like that, you know. I mean, a lot of people are about the dunk, but sometimes a nice finish, you know, and it's just a layup by technicality, but it is pretty.
Kasongo's going to kick over to Cole Abdul-Rauf, looking to redeem himself. Puts up the midi, can't get it to go. Big board over a few. Nick Bowie grabs that thing, and he's going up the court. He's going to pull it back out. They're going to reset. There's the alley-oop. Big time pass.
To get a
big time finish there.
And that's a statement to come into. If I was me, I would be a little concerned. We've only got a minute, a little over a minute to finish this thing out.
They're going to go down to Old Faithful here.
Against you.
That's a beautiful spin move, way off there. Great contest there by Keontae McPherson. Beyond the Arch with a chance to take a 3 or 4 point lead on this possession. Oh, and he puts him in the mix behind the back. Jordan Casal is left in a time warp by Triple J. And the crowd here is kind of shocked at how well the team has performed here late. 3-point lead by Beyond the Arch. SimWorld Africa, Clutch. Not known for 3-point shooting. They've got Ethan Letterman. They got Cole Abdul-Rauf, who's knocked down a few shots, but they've been in this position, or I digress. BTA was in this exact position with the exact same amount of time on the clock to end the fourth quarter. If you're Africa, what are you doing now?
Oh man, I think you got to ride this emotional roller coaster. I mean, last time you had, BTA not thinking to give up that 3 and sank it last thing to really give them that momentum coming back in. And the thing is, it worked for him. So, as much as I'd say get those buckets, you're in overtime, not a huge chance to come in going again. This is your last chance. I'd say go for it.
Well, that sounds like it's desperation to me, Clutch. That sounds like a little bit of desperation.
Hail Mary in the first quarter doesn't make sense. Hail Mary in the fourth sure makes sense.
Sure enough. There's time left, 48 seconds. They can go multiple possessions here. We'll see what they do.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a foul game, though. I mean, you've still got 48 seconds on the clock. A 3 isn't going to guarantee you, all that time back. You've still got a good 2 possessions to work with. So conservative could stay, Emotions are high. I would be curious to see how this plays out.
Absolutely. John Goodman would say time is on my side.
On my side.
Yes, it is. And SimWorld Africa. Gonna inbound here. Nicole Abdul-Rauf. Oh! They go for the quick shot, not the best shot, and Ethan Letterman can't get it to go. No fouls just yet. Nick Bowie's gonna throw. My goodness. The dagger. The absolute dagger. There's still opportunity here, but he went for the quick shot and knocked it down.
Yo, absolutely. You want to talk about reversing roles. I was thinking about Russell Crowe, and now that you mention it, John Goodman. Russell Crowe's looking a lot like John Goodman nowadays.
My goodness, and Nick Bowie is looking like David Bowie right now. Ooh, absolutely on a heater here. He came down and put up the most ill-advised shot and knocked it down. His team saved him defensively on the other end, still maintaining a 6-point lead. It's time to play the foul game for SimWorld Africa. Well, look.
And I'd say,
go ahead, please, Clutch. I'm just talking for the sake of talking now.
This is that time I generally hate, but in this case, I'm all right seeing it wind down. After those 2 just great back-to-back plays, these men have earned a little break. Get those last points. Let it wind down. You got it. A little something for the kids at home.
Pad the stats by all means at this point. We've had a great night of hoops here in SimWorld Hoops, SimWorld Prep. Make sure you're tuned in with us tomorrow as we have another 3-pack for you. I believe, Clutch, you'll be on the call as well. We got the Yacht Club headed into ATL. Gulf Coast Lockdown heading into Championship Stadium. Boy, is that thing pretty at Lone Star Basketball Club. And then we have APAC headed into the Riot House where anything can go down. But I can tell you this right now, I've enjoyed calling this game with you, Clutch. It's been a while since I've enjoyed calling the game in this manner. I may be willing to call a few more with you. But for Clutch, for the production team, for everyone here in SimWorld TV, I want to say thank you, everyone, for joining. Thank you for being a part of SimWorld Sports, the only place where you can see the game, be the game. See you next time. This has been a presentation of SimWorld Sports.